All right, I'm going to get started here. Hello, everyone. Did I close that? Yes, I did. Somebody already gave this a like. I appreciate you. Let me test, make sure that chat is working correctly. And I'm going to bring this up. And we're going to jump into it. Because, first of all, it's already 2:10 p.m. my time, so I'm running a little bit behind today. Was catching up with an old friend of mine and lost track of time, and then I realized I had other things that I needed to get done before I got started today. I thought I had plenty of time, and then I had no time. But welcome YouTube Cubes. If you weren't here yesterday, we did a couple randomizer seeds and Link to the Past. The Master Sword pedestal ended up having a dark room lock. Go check out the VOD if you want to know what happened. We actually stopped that one to go do a Triforce pieces, which ended up being fun. Then went back to that one to figure out what was going on with it, and I figured out it's because I had to go in blind. So, like legit, I couldn't see the room. So, there's that. But today is all Guild Wars 2. And if you notice, the thumbnail probably isn't going to be about the 14 legendary journey we're going to be doing, even though we may get to some farming today. There's just been so much stuff, and I want to give my thoughts on it, just so people can see what a 10-year vet who's more on the casual side of things feels. And I did go over a bit of it yesterday at the VOD, but we'll touch again today over what was said yesterday and the patch that happened today. We'll go over those notes. Then we'll get in the game, look at the gym store, and some of the features that have changed there. So yeah, if you're watching this in VOD form, this is not going to be our normal just chill, even though the chill music's on. There may be some things and opinions here that you may not agree with. If you have any comments or anything you would like to share, express your ideas, discuss. I don't really want to debate, but if you have your own thoughts, feel free to share them, and I may shoot a comment back or just give it a thumbs up and to know that you were heard. You know, other than that, like and subscribe. We're pushing for partner here. We're going to be doing a lot of Guild Wars 2 content this year. I mean, unless I keep farming as good as I've been farming. Yesterday, I made like 60-some gold in 2 hours. I made so much money yesterday so quickly that I just took the rest of the night off. I mean, that's how it went. I was tired, so let's do this. The first thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to move this over here. Oh my god, this is still open? Sorry, I had to walk away from the computer. We're going to talk about the studio update. Garrett, welcome. Welcome. We're going to talk about the Guild Wars 2 studio update. I didn't go over this yesterday because we weren't into the Guild Wars 2 stuff, but I'm going to skip around a little bit. If you would like to see that update, follow along. Boom, it's already in the Discord. I already put this stuff in the Discord. But there's the website right there. And so pretty much what it says is that ArenaNet went on break and they're coming back. Their roadmap actually did stretch into this year. I don't know where we got the idea we're going to get a roadmap immediately, but they go over their end of year awards from last year. They got best ongoing game, they got player's choice MMO RPG of the year, best MMO studio 2 years in a row, best MMO expansion, and best MMO business model if you want to check those out. I'm gonna say this not just because I'm an ArenaNet partner, I'll put that out there, but I do think ArenaNet is a fantastic company. With their, in the last couple years especially, the way they've been engaging the player base, engaging the ArenaNet partners as a whole, I feel it has much improved. So I'm glad to see that they're getting things. And Into Dragon was a fantastic expansion. Lots of gold. And they made lots of money. Also, the Steam release was very successful. The numbers came out for that. Lots of people playing it on Steam. That reminds me, I have a giveaway on Discord for you Guild Wars 2 peeps as well. 5 people, 800 gems, 2 codes apiece. But if you have a Steam account, those codes won't work for you. right now there's a separation between Steam players and just the desktop client. And I suggest just using the desktop client for the time being so us partners can give away gems and stuff too. But if you use Steam, everything has to go through Steam, and what I have to give away does not work in Steam. There's just no way to claim it. So I'm sure that'll be worked out in the future, but for right now, this is all new, and I forgot to put that up last night too. If you have Steam, can you just gift them the items? Yes, but that gets complicated very quickly, because if I run a contest and say I'm gonna give you 800 gems, right? If I say I'm gonna give you 800 gems, but you only claim an item that's not 800 gems, I can get in trouble in some countries. It's a complicated thing. While the gems are sponsored by ArenaNet, I sort of have to give what I said I will. But if there's a stipulation that prevents you, like being on Steam, that's not my fault. And if your country doesn't allow you to have gems, it's not my fault that you took them. As far as that goes. So, I'm just throwing that out there. Throwing that out there. Yeah, so if I say I'm going to give you 800 gems and you only ask for something that's 600, I can't really give you 200 gems. I could give you the gold for 200 gems, but again, like, that's the thing. That's the problem right now. It would just get complicated. Like, I could use the gems myself and do that thing or whatever, but up to 800 gems? Yeah, but it's not supposed to be up to. I want to give 800 gems to 5 people. We don't have time for that. I need to make sure to get that up on the Discord. Anyways, from there, so all those awards, if you want to check those out, they start talking about a renewed emphasis on developing Guild Wars 2 with player-centric approach. They wanted to get rid of problems and frustrations that we face as players, or just MMO players in general, it looks like. This approach was first adopted at ArenaNet over 20 years ago and is the core of the continued success of Guild Wars franchise. So they want to renew this way to get players into the MMO, and also they want to keep you playing. So as a 10-year vet, I can tell you something. I've already been out the door twice, in a sense. One when I took a big break, and I was gonna quit last year, but with the way things are moving now, see, this was the thing about vets. We're burnt out on the content, but we're not burnt out on the game. And that's two very different things. We love Guild Wars 2, and that's why we can feel very jaded and depressing when talked to us. But like, the big thing is Into Dragons adding fishing, Into Dragons just sort of giving us more story and ending this long dragon 10-year effort that ArenaNet has been doing. Was probably great for them, but it was even better for the player base, because now we can just go explore things. You know, the stories can be different and stuff. When it's just always fighting a dragon and you're throwing in villains left and right, and it all just gets muddled. I feel like now when we go to a story, it's just that. It's that story right there with those characters. I think it will be so much better. Anyways, as we continue that, ArenaNet ended up reflecting. They started talking about this renewal, binary welcome. And then they tell us they want to deliver content better. More timely, consistently, things like that. ArenaNet is one thing that I always say, if ArenaNet isn't consistent about anything, it's being inconsistent. And it looks like they want to get rid of that inconsistency. And I agree, 100%. If we can get timelines of release windows even tighter, that's great for players, because they can actually sort of speculate and predict when these releases will happen, and they're not so surprising, like, oh, that's coming in 20 days. No, we don't have that. Even the roadmap they gave us, which I will go over, is very specific on dates, and that's good. I like to see that. My fear, however, is that the system isn't fully fleshed out yet, and players are going to expect it to be perfect from the get-go. I'm going to say, don't do that. Don't don't read into the potential, because right now we're talking about changing the framework of a moving car. So if you're going to change what the sunroof and the windshield and the steering wheel while the car is still moving, it can be very risky in that sense. And I'm going to use that metaphor analogy there, because that is what ArenaNet is doing. They're not stopping the car. We are moving the bus, the train, whatever you want to call it. They are just changing the things that are slowing the car from getting point A to point B. So and they're doing it without stopping the car, and that's pretty great, because they released season 1 stuff all last year after End of Dragons. We haven't really had the content drought that we have gotten used to since the game came out. Last year there were things happening, and they're going to continue giving us stuff, but now it's going to be different, and I like that. And the thing that they're aiming for is to not stop the quality of life stuff and continue to deliver things faster. And I think that's great. So the big problem was Living Story just took too many resources from the expansions. Long story short, they had a bunch of devs working on Living Story, and it took everybody in the team to make sure it was right, and then they were doing an expansion. Now, me as a person who likes to simplify things, I would never have run the studio that way, but I know what they were aiming for, and it still came out pretty great. And I'm no developer or anything, just from a management thinking standpoint, if something is taking so much resources, it should be its own thing away from this big thing that we're doing here. But that's obviously not what was happening. They were just all over the place there in the sense of getting the job done and getting the stuff out. That's why we probably had all the content drought that we did. They were so busy doing the systems and things like that. Now, if they can do this and everybody's on board, like they say, having the development bandwidth needed to iterate on core systems is especially important to us, and it's something we've been making headway over the last year at the Quality of Life Improvements Initiative. Yes, because now you have people who can work on that. That bug there that we haven't been able to squish, is it something we can now squish that we have 10 people instead of just the normal 3? If that is the case, then we're going to be seeing changes to the game that we've always been asking for. And in the last couple of years, they have delivered and delivered and delivered that stuff to us. So now that they're sitting there just talking about defining a problem that a lot of gaming companies out there wouldn't even call a problem, my guess is that there's so many players coming to the game that ArenaNet doesn't want to lose players to the lull, the dry, the game drought as it is, the content drought, right? They don't want to lose players to that. They want to lose players who've just lost interest completely for other reasons. And those are usually good reasons, like they don't like the story, they just don't want to play an MMO anymore. Because when you lose those players, what ends up happening is it's not so much ArenaNet's fault, it's just the player. But right now, I feel like ArenaNet is realizing they're not keeping certain players because they're just not keeping the content coming at a steady pace that can be almost predictable. And players have constantly, like with the roadmap, constantly said, where's the roadmap? Where's the roadmap? When we hit the beginning of the year, but ArenaNet never said we were going to have it in January or right away or anything like that. In fact, it was quite the opposite. So the player base for MMOs, but especially Guild Wars 2, has this way of seeing, we're so used to getting content delivered to us that we almost expect it all the time. And if they can actually ease that, I have a feeling players are going to stick around, players are going to be more interested, and it's going to keep the Guild Wars 2 name more in the spotlight than it ever has. So these are all great things. I do think they may be defining a problem here, but I do know there's going to be bumps in the road. And as long as ArenaNet has good management and good systems in place to deal with bumps in the road, I think it'll be fine. But if they do run into problems much like HOT had and things like that. We could be seeing some of that in the releases, and I would hate for that to happen after a couple great years here. Just fantastic couple years that they've had. I would hate to see any of that happen. I don't think it will. I think ArenaNet has been thinking about this and working on it for a very long time. This is not something you just send out the door and be like, oh, we're changing things. It's not ready, but we're changing things. I think it is ready to a point, and it's comfortable. They're ready to a point comfortable enough to tell us. I hate when studios say they're going to do something long before it ever gets released. But with the story and new map coming February 28th, we'll talk about that a little bit more later. I do think they already have a lot of this in place, and now I think the next few months until the end of the roadmap is all just a test period and getting those bumps out of the road so the car will move much smoothly. Or who knows, maybe they'll change the shocks. There are so many systems in Guild Wars 2 that have bones, and they can be even better with just a bit of love. So there are a ton of systems I hope they work on, including combat, funny enough. But the biggest focus, I think, for Guild Wars 2 right now is the LFG system and implementing rewards. I would also like to see a bonus system that can be more streamlined in the future for things like the World Boss Rush. I want to see bonus weekends quite often, at least once a month, because I do think that retains players too. Because if a player is looking to level up their level 80s, it would be good to see an experience weekend once in a while. It would be great to see more magic find during the festivals. I don't know how the economy is. I'm sure they'll figure that out, but things like that. I think it would be cool to have that kind of stuff. I would also like to see festivals updated, things scrapped even, just because, like the Lunar New Year, how frustrating it was to do that celestial event, over and over for those tokens. Like, that definitely needs refined and stuff like that, and I do hope that comes. My other thing is, if they did have this system in place with Super Adventure Box coming on March 28th, will we get World 3? I'm not going to hold my breath because, again, new systems, that kind of stuff. This microphone's way too close to me. Sorry, it's got to me. But anyhow, World 3. Super Adventure Box. We'll see. All right, let's talk about the path forward. The first step toward accomplishing these goals was to rebalance how we allocate our development resources across the project, historically with a few exceptions. Living World seasons have required the focus of nearly the entire Guild Wars 2 development team to deliver them at the size, quality, and cadence that our players expect. This made it difficult simultaneously develop expansions while supporting the game with regular content updates. It also meant that many areas of the game went under-supported. World versus World, PvP, balance even. Other things like the quality of life stuff we got were side projects a lot of times. Doesn't seem that way anymore, which is nice, but again, talked about that. In the next phase of Guild Wars 2's development, we're talking about a more balanced approach that will allow us to provide more support for popular game modes, make frequent quality of life improvements to core gameplay systems like professions, deliver new features, and expand the world of Tyria with satisfying immersive story updates. What it means for you. So this is for us. Our future expansions for Guild Wars 2 will be the backbone of this new approach. Rather than launching expansion every 2 to 4 years with a season of Living World in between, we will be releasing smaller expansions more frequently at a slightly reduced price and adding additional content for those expansions through quarterly updates, meaning that the big release is only ever a few months away. So, what this says here is that they are done making big, giant, humongous expansions every 2 to 4 years, and the Living World is now dead. I think that's the best way to say it. I don't think the world will ever stop living in the sense of what they've done, but I've always said this: keeping a world alive as big as Guild Wars 2 it could have been done had the game not gotten as huge and was able to monetarily support itself. But the living world always felt like a rush for the content. It always felt like you had to be there. It always felt that way. And some people really enjoy that. And I understand your positioning. I enjoyed season 1 will forever be the experience no one else can have unless you were there. You can experience the story of Living 1 now in its little chapters, but you can never experience what it was like to wait only 2 weeks and get an update to something. But you will never also experience the burnout. You'll never experience the feeling that you have to get things done, the rush of that, feeling like you're missing out on stuff. It just isn't the same to new players now as it was when we were experiencing the living world for the first time. Seeing it go, I'm not sad about it. I do like the way they do chapters and story updates. It's almost like pieces of time that are moving with us when they release these updates. So time in Tyria moves as fast as time in the real world. So we get to see characters grow up and change and things like that. This will also give them chance to move away from characters and introduce new characters without us feeling like, and hopefully not them, feeling like they have to be killed off for us to move on. Because in a living world, you want to keep telling their stories. But I'm okay if Bram takes a back seat for a release or two and then comes back to us later. Not like the way they used to do in the living world, where it's sort of like what's convenient here, but the way the story flows. If Bram is gone for an entire year because he's, the things that happened to him and he's taking time off, that's okay. But it would still be good to see him down the road reappear, when we need him or whatever. If something's affecting him in some way and he wants us to know, they can keep us updated with that, because now they don't have to worry about an expansion and the living world. They can just sort of put it in there. It should, I think, in a sense, the story will be told better because they're not worrying about this big thing, this bigger thing, and all the other stuff in between, and the under-supported things as well in that meantime. Now it's going to be sort of one big thing with some underlying support to the other systems. So, yeah, I think it will be better that way. I'm just giving my opinion on that. Back to the thing here. The first release in the expansion cycle is the launch point for the new story arc, bringing with it 2 new open world maps, 2 strike missions, new gameplay and combat features, new masteries, and new rewards. And the following quarterly updates will add another open world map, additional story chapters, challenge modes for strike missions, and a new fractal dungeon and challenge mode, new rewards, and additions to the new system introduced in that expansion. Once the expansion story is complete, the next expansion will just be around the corner. So this next update, by the way, is free if you have Into Dragons. And you don't have to log in to get it. They're doing away with that too. So instead, you either have bought the expansion or you have not. I like that more. I feel like making people log in and missing that content for free is a little weird. But with that means as expansions get released, we're gonna have to pay for them. But we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there to see what that's about. But right now, 2 new open world maps are coming, 2 strike missions, fractal dungeon. Lots of content. Let's talk about the roadmap. The next chapter of Guild Wars 2 Into Dragons arrives on February 28th, an entire year after Into Dragons has come out. We had season 1 in the meantime and stuff, so, in festivals and that kind of thing. But you know what? It hasn't even felt like a year. I feel like there's been no time to play this game at all for me and things like that. So it should be coming fast here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, it'll be here. As I've said in the past, I don't play new Living World stuff on stream. I will play off a stream, so more than likely that Tuesday I'll play the story and that kind of thing. And then The next day we'll do probably the open world map and that kind of thing. I try to avoid spoilers with that too, but when you talk about new living world stuff, you can't really avoid spoilers. Especially when you're on a map and the NPCs are like, let me spoil this thing that happened to you when you're a new player. So my big suggestion is if you can't watch, that's fine. But once you catch up on the story, don't be afraid to watch the VODs to sort of get my take on the new content and stuff like that if you want to keep up with me. But anyhow, with familiar allies like Detective Rama, so we're going to be seeing his hat at your side, you'll travel to a new location in Cantha and come face to face with a deadly foe that resides deep within the Jade Sea. I have a theory here. I'm going to throw it out there. I do believe that the Jade Winds are fading as a magic. I think the Jade Sea is melting, as you know, the game sort of hints at one point, and there's a newscast and stuff like that. I also think the Petrified Force is unpetrifying, and it's not going to be a fun thing to happen. And I also think there may be a way to undo the Jade Winds, which could be catastrophic. That is my speculation. Are they going to do it that way? I don't think so. I think a lot of players would hate that, but man, that would be just... It would almost be like an ode to global warming to me. But I really think a new deadly foe. Is this someone we're going to be taking on for a while, or is this someone we're just going to be taking on in a short period of time, just for like an expansion? I don't know. The storyline will conclude a few months later with an update that introduces additional playable space to the map, adds meta events and boss encounters, and lays the groundwork for future to be announced adventures. Unlike a Living World release, all owners of Guild Wars 2 Into Dragons will gain access to this content, meaning there's no pressure to log in to unlock it and no gem costs for missed story chapter unlocks. So I talked about that. They're doing away with this, you need to log in, or now you need to pay gems because you missed it. They're doing away with that. This is going to be free content if you own Into Dragons. So, excellent. In the first half of the year, we'll release Suwon Legendary Weapon Variant Collection. Did that come out today? That came out today. This is February 14th, by the way. Happy Valentine's Day, those celebrating. If you're not celebrating, you're like me. I don't give a crap. It's just another Tuesday to me. Love the people you love every day. You don't need a reason to have a surprise. You know what's even better? When you can get a date in a restaurant set up without a rush. Like today, if you try to go out and eat, there's gonna be people out there all over the place because they're weird and they're consumers. But you know what? If you just do it on this Thursday, February 16th, and be like, that's my Valentine's Day for my Valentine. There you go. Anyways, Suwon Legendary Skin Variant Collection, 2 Profession Balance updates. Again, we'll be talking about those. A new Fractal Dungeon and Challenge Mode, and multiple updates for World vs. World. We'll be talking about that here in a second. Additionally, we'll finish rolling out DirectX 11 and Chromium embedded framework upgrades and run our usual festival and bonus events. We also have some quality of life updates in the works, including a long requested feature that'll allow you to queue up for PvE maps when they're full. Queuing up for PvE maps, my only fear about it is that people are going to abuse that in one way. They're going to sell their slot. I don't know if ArenaNet's just going to come out and make a rule against it and say if you do it and we catch you, you're banned, or they have a way to not make that really a thing. But I feel like the LFG would just be filled up with people being like, get into this meta that Hardstuck is doing, or something like that. Because I've already seen that, which is insane to me. Like, if someone pays me like 10 gold, I'll leave the map, and then, you know, are they gonna get scammed, you know, type of thing. But it's already been a thing with the queuing up for PvE maps. We'll see. But on the good side, queuing up for PvE maps, no longer have to click, try to join the world. None of that. We don't have to do it. I don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. We can just queue up and wait, just like World vs. World. If you've never played World vs. World, it's fantastic. You just wait for the map to open. And hopefully the system isn't broke, because they probably fixed all the World vs. World stuff by now, I hope, for the queuing system, and are using that system for PvE, and it should be great. You should just be able to get in when someone leaves. be great. I have a few surprises in store for you as well, is what they say. Here's a high-level look at our upcoming releases. The timing for some of the updates betas listed above will be announced. Well, be announced closer to the release dates. I'm sure there will be a beta coming around. February 14th, today, professional balance update. World versus world objective reward scaling. Chromium embedded framework upgrade. So that should affect many things in the game, including the trading post, I believe. We'll see. I'm not really sure about that. Don't hold that to me. 2 weeks from today, February 28th, new Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons map, story content, Suwon legendary variants. Okay, so 2 weeks from today, it's the Suwon legendary variant. But that's only 2 weeks away. So we are getting the Suwon one. If you don't know who Suwon is, don't worry about it. Get into Dragons, play through. March 28th, I've already announced this on the Discord. So a month and 2 weeks away, Super Adventure Box. The Super Adventure Festival will hit, known as SAB, because Super Adventure Box, but some people call it SAF now because of the festival. But I call it Super Adventure Box. I will be playing that. You will be here. You will watch me. It will go for at least 3 weeks, 21 days, which will bring us to the April 18th DirectX 11 upgrade complete. That'll be fantastic. Their move to DirectX 11 is going to open up a lot of things. DirectX 11 is actually old as well, but not as old as DirectX 9 was. It should affect very little computers. And if you're still running a computer that runs DirectX 9 and cannot run DirectX 11, holy hell, how is it still working? Does it even have the storage space for Guild Wars 2 now? Because the game is like 40, 50 gigs easy. And you probably need other things. Anyways, May 2nd, Profession Balance Update. So we're getting that Profession Balance Update today, and we have to wait all the way till May for the next one. That's a big gap. All the way through March and April until we see something there. Just to let you know, by that time, May 2nd, here on the Salty Factory, we'll be back in a Breath of the Wild doing 100% by then, because May 12th is Tears of the Kingdom. In the background, we'll quietly be working on what's to come in the second half of the year. We'll have more to share on that later. So we have all the way until May 2nd in this roadmap. Very specific dates this time, and very specific what they're doing on those dates. So we won't see another story part, so we'll get February 28th. So it'll be March, April, May. So June might be the next story one. I'm gonna guess. In fact, I can tell you a speculative date. I don't know this. June. Is it still June? They said 2nd is the next professional update. June 13th will probably be the next story update if there is one. It may come out June 6th. Or even sooner. It may come out in May. March, April. Yeah, it still could come out at the end of May. May 30th, maybe? But 6th, 13th. I think it's going to be June 13th for the next story part. But maybe June 6th. Because there's a festival that comes, that's either whenever that next festival in there ends or a few weeks before it begins. My guess. So this year's gonna fly by quick. I don't feel like there's even 365 days in it. Okay, to wrap up, we're excited about the next phase of Guild Wars 2. Both the things we were able to share today and what's just over the horizon, the changes we've outlined will allow us to provide a better experience for our fans, release new content updates more consistently, and ensure Guild Wars 2 will be around for many, many years to come. We'll see you in the game. That's from Josh Davis, aka Grouch, the game director at ArenaNet. Thank you, ArenaNet. This is huge. These changes to how they're going to release content, I feel, is going to be extremely impactful. I hope it goes smoothly, and I hope it is fun. Again, put the link in the channel, and it's been on Discord, so please go check that out. Let's talk about World versus World scaling rewards. I did touch upon this yesterday at the end of that VOD. Let me go back through and explain some things now that I've talked to a couple other people and how things may go moving forward with this reward system. So objective scaling rewards, they were going to change the way objective events work. So when you go into an objective, and whether you're defending or attacking, there's a timer. It's 3 minutes. Now, right now, the attacking timer doesn't exist, so they're going to have to change the system to make that work. So attacking right now should technically only reward very lopsidedly if you can get the objective. Felling an attack should be rewarded as well, since defending against that attack is rewarded in a certain way. And the better the objective, aka tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3, the better the reward. Inside of there, they changed how the structure works, which has never been done before. Well, it changed a little bit in the past, but not like this. So now you not only have to kill guards and kill players and be in the circle, you have to do all three to get the best reward. So right now, to get golden event, say to take a keep, you just needed to run by and kill a guard. I have been taking advantage of that hugely, trying to get the XP and stuff to get to my next pip level. It's been a way a lot of people have played. So usually I don't even share participation in a squad. I usually shut it off unless I'm doing really hard scouting. But when I'm scouting, I usually kill a guard or two somewhere, cause swords on it, whatever, to help the commander out. But I also know if they're going to take something, that's the prime opportunity to get credit for the gold event, so I can get the experience and the little tick on the achievements. It was a way to get the weeklies done. With these changes, I don't know if you still have to get gold for your weekly on those events. And if that's the case, good luck. Good freaking luck, man. I just, that's what worries me, is that the rewards are going up, but now it can also negatively impact us, and the rewards go down for players who aren't that savvy. So, among other things, skills and stuff like that, I'm afraid they're going to punish too much of the generic player base and just reward this absolute strategic mindset that some commanders have, like mine. But let me go over this. It says today we're going to talk about more. This came out yesterday, again, February 13th. We're talking about it here on the 14th. So, and these changes implemented today in the patch. So this is a big topic, and we brought our attention many times. We considered several ways to improve how you're rewarded for your time spent in World versus World. And while this isn't everything we have planned, it's a big part of it. Without more build-up, let's talk about objective scaling reward system. What are objective scaling rewards? I'm going to read this, and I'm going to talk about it. In a nutshell, these are additional rewards for participating in objective events in World versus World. Assaulting or defending towers, keeps, and castles specifically. Towers, keeps, and castle. There's only one castle, and that's Stone Mist. The more of these it's just the way it is. The more of these, unless they're adding a new map, they wouldn't. The more these objectives are upgraded and defended, the better the end reward will be. There are 4 cases we're targeting without additional rewards. Successful assaults, flipping control of the objective. Successful defenses, repel the attacker events, which ends after 3 minutes. Talked about that. Unsuccessful defenses, losing the objective when the attackers successfully take control of it. And additionally, we want failed assaults to be rewarded in this fashion. This is currently not functioning, and we're working on it for future updates. That's because attackers don't get a timer for attacking. They only get rewarded for taking it. So hopefully they do get that in sooner rather than later. I don't want attacks and defenses to be rewarded unevenly, but good. No, just kidding. The system is tied to the existing events and uses all of the participation rules of that system. The objective scaling reward system is intended to reward players regardless of success or failure of the activity. Actively participating is the key. Sounds great, right? Now, this does sound great on paper and the way they said it. But I know the reality of World versus World. I've spent thousands of hours in World versus World. I have commanded thousands of hours in World versus World. And I know 3 things that the players of World versus World do. First thing is they don't listen. They're not going to listen to this, right? The second thing is, it's not always about the rewards. They don't give a crap whether they're earning a lot of gold or not. They're in there just to mess with people, kill people, look good, make themselves feel better, whatever it is. Those two things right there, not listening in that is going to bring everything to the table about rewards. Hey, Paladin, welcome. The third thing is they will exploit anything that is there. If you can use the 2 skill on a sword on a guardian to get inside of an objective, they use it. If a thief can somehow make a jump somewhere because of the short bow and they didn't have, line of sight problems, thief is going to do it. If they're going to find an exploit that could break open a gate immediately or knock down a wall in one hit, they're going to use it. It's just always been that way. World versus world players are in a different mentality, and it's competitive, it's toxic, and they will do everything in their power to get the most rewards out of the system with the least amount of effort. And the other thing is, they will prevent other people from getting any of these rewards, making world versus world not any better than it was. So it's everything and nothing at the same time, and my big worry is that maybe these sound really good on paper, but I just have this feeling that the players are going to somehow make this just a terrible thing that they're adding, and they've already put in so much work for it. So my big thing is, how are you going to balance this without the blitzkrieg and stuff going to happen? So they made a what's changing section to sort of go over that. So let me read this second thing with those things said about world versus world players. Try to keep that in mind. And see why my skepticism here is at an all-time high, because ArenaNet has changed things for World versus World in the past. I remind you, Edge of the Mist used to be one of the best reward places, and they had to take it away because people were gaming the system. And it was rewarding more than actual World versus World at times. At times, most of the time. Anyways, moving on. First off, this system doesn't touch camps, the Doliac events, or other aspects of World versus World. Sort of sad because camps, defending them is really hard. I got the achievement done, but I think you should get rewarded if an entire Zerg needs a Doliac to get to their keep to upgrade it for better rewards. I would hope that the Doliac event would do that. But they also removed that because people were repairing walls and just doing Doliacs for participation. And those, I don't think those count anymore towards participation. So, and other aspects of World versus World, I'm sure that includes like ruins, maybe. It's only for attacking, defending the event objectives of tower keeps in the castle. Secondly, the requirements to earn different tiers of rewards in these events have changed. It will take more active participation in the form of defeating guards and opposing players and or standing in the circle to complete the capture process to achieve silver and gold tier rewards. There are 2 reasons for this. First, it was necessary to make the objective scaling rewards differences meaningful, and second, some of these events were awarding things in an inconsistent manner. If you didn't always stand in the tower circle in World versus World, because I experienced this last Friday and Saturday doing my weeklies, just killing the champ and some guards may not be enough. So it was already inconsistent that way. You have to stand in the circle to make sure you get credit. And unless you have shared participation in your squad, I don't know how great that's going to be. Maybe a way to skirt this as well, but remember, in a full squad you can only have 8 people with shared participation, and usually they're scouts and defenders of a certain type, or very, very good roamers. Wraith, you know I'm talking about you. Not just Wraith either. This was mostly invisible due to the ease of getting gold tier rewards in general, so it was never really flagged as an issue until now. Lastly, in terms of rewards per time spent, for active participants, this system will provide significantly better rewards, including rare equipment bags, World vs. World skirmish claim tickets, or even Grandmaster Mark shards. I wonder if it's actually just a reward track. That's my guess. That much like the maps in PvE, how they have their little reward tracks that don't always reward you the same things for whatever reason. This is how they're going to do that. It's not just your reward track that you have, it's a second one you can't see. Maybe you can see, I don't know. But they're giving a lot of skirmish claim tickets. It looks like they really want to push for people getting the legendary armor done. And we'll talk about that in the patch a little bit too. Why the change? We have several goals for this system. Primarily, it's a way to increase and improve rewards for active play in World versus World. We think of active play as meaningful contribution to team success and engaging enemy players for control of map objectives. This player interaction is the lifeblood of World versus World and incentivizes participation, always at the forefront of our decision-making process. Another goal is to incentivize battles by improving the rewards given to key events, especially defense events, and scaling those rewards based on participation and upgrade status. We anticipate players will engage in more direct conflict as opposed to moving from one undefended objective to another. I don't have anything nice to say, that last sentence there, so I won't say it at all. We're aware this is a big change and may not have nailed the exact breakpoints for various reward tiers, so we'll be watching closely and adjusting as needed to ensure the system achieves what we like it to. Your participation and feedback are vital to this process, so let us know what you think. Oh, trust me. I bet if I went to the forums right now, it'd be full of stuff. Again, on paper, this sounds great. But right now, without the attack structure too. But here's the deal. Speaking to other commanders last night, we have decided that this is not going to work the way they want it to work, especially if the commanders are tired. There may be dealings on the outside of Guild Wars 2 that will make armies stand in an objective, especially after the attack timer is added, and just trade kills on players for rewards. There may also be a very incentivizing thing not to fight out in the open world anymore. So field fighting just doesn't get rewarded because there's no objective-based rewards. So therefore, you're going to have people waiting inside of keeps and attackers not taking them because it may be more rewarding to just wait and fight GVG style inside of an objective, especially Stone Mist, where it's easy to fight. Now, there's always going to be those three things. Going to be the players using the arrow carts and that kind of stuff just to get free kills and get the rewards. I get it. But as commanders, where there's a will, there's a way. And we have done that in the past for big events. There was a time where literally we had 3 armies standing in Stone Mist, flipping it over and over so we can get our achievements done. There were times where we traded kills with our own people and got it organized, where we had a separate commander from the main one who would take people to a specific spot that we named, and those 2 commanders would meet and let those people kill each other for achievements. And the thing is, and rewards, the thing is, that is now something that is very lucrative if these rewards hit a certain gold per hour. And I've talked about it. Right now, the gold per hour is anywhere from 8.5 to towards a newer player to 11.5 10-year vet, pretty easily, that gold standard. It's not the best gold per hour. Again, I said gathering is much more lucrative, but if these start pushing towards that 15, 16, 17 gold per hour, right, it may be in the best interest to push it even faster by creating conflict inside of objectives, taking builds that aren't so much to kill players, but just to engage them and kill the ones who think they're good, right? So it's going to change metas and things like that. Now, on NA, do I expect this to happen? Yes. On EU, I am not sure. So I don't know what the landscape is like between conversations between commanders and things like that on EU, but I know on NA, even when we hate each other, we need gold. You know, guild catas cost money, you know, and things like that. So, and we need legendaries. So, you know, I just don't trust it, but ArenaNet has proven me wrong time and time again. So let's see what the players do. Let's hope those 3 things don't happen. Let's hope that commanders do want to continue to fight. But I hope I was hoping they found a way that when Group A and Group B, or even Group C, when they all slammed into each other, that it was based on how many downs, how many kills, and ending the conflict after a couple minutes. You get rewards for being in that conflict. Because they already have orange swords, and there's already API tools out there that can tell you how many people you killed and how many people are downed when you're fighting a group of people. You can see their guild names, you can see the number of people who go down, all that kind of stuff, the amount of damage that's inflicted, all of that. It's already there, so I'm wondering why they're choosing objectives, but I also understand why, because it would just be GVG. And I'm at the point where I think that's just where they need to go. 50-man squads slamming into each other GVG style. The objectives just can't be the way they are on an open map like they are. The objectives have to be taken for resources. They have to be taken for supply. They have to be taken for bonuses. They have to be taken strategically to stop an enemy from doing something. And you can still have the triangle system. I'm not saying that needs to go away. What I'm talking about is that the path towards taking the bigger objectives needs the smaller objectives taken too. If you want that keep taken, you got to take the camps, you got to take the towers around it to weaken that keep, to get into that keep and go. I feel like that is the best way to get engagement from the players to take objectives or fight for them, is to break the stone wall and reward players for these big, massive battles because they're trying to break the stone wall. That the attackers get rewarded, the defenders get rewarded, and the scouts who keep it all running get rewarded as well. I do not understand how healers are going to get credit for certain things still. I don't know. But I feel like this maybe seemed like a good idea, but it wasn't the best that probably could come up with. But I also don't know the systems behind the scenes. I know how a lot of the systems work in Guild Wars 2. I just don't know what it takes to change them at this point. Because when they do change things, things can break. And I don't want the game to break. If this is the best they can do right now, and they can change it, a year from now or something like that, then good. I just want to see alliances released and then see this stuff changed as well. I don't think we need rewards right away. I want people to get hyped to fight and make a name for themselves and have sort of an identity before we start just showering the game mode with rewards, in my opinion. But anyways, they have that released today. The conclusion is we're very excited about the coming year and eager to see how everyone reacts to the changes and events we have planned. And then they summarize it. Floyd Cecil and the World versus World team. Thank you for your work, though. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say this wasn't hard work. Which now brings us to today's patch. Which will go over pretty much everything that we talked about in some sense. Just not everything that the future has. More what came out today and how it's going to be affecting things. Let me double check to see if there was a late... Yeah, there's some late notes. And some more late notes. Okay. A lot of balance changes. I'm not going to go over every change to all the classes because I am not a balance expert. I have an idea what balance is. I understand whether something's good or bad. I just don't know all the technicalities. There are going to be better content creators coming out with better overall ideas of what changed, why it's good and bad. I suggest watching their vids because they're really, really good at breaking it down. They're more involved with the nitty-gritty of how to min-max. They're involved with the nitty-gritty of how it affects competitive play. I may touch on some things that interest me for Mesmer, Necromancer. I'll look at Thief a little bit, see what they changed in there, because that's been a problem class lately. And I'll also take a look at Guardian a little bit, I think. I'll touch on some things, but we're going to talk more of the generalistic sense of the changes brought today. Today we're going to be doing all Guild Wars 2. And when I get in the game, yeah, today is Guild Wars 2. We're back to Guild Wars 2. Let me take a drink before we get started. Patch happened like 4 hours ago. All right. Yeah, 4 hours ago. So, let's talk about it. General changes. Unlocked outfits, gliders, mounts, miniatures, and mail carriers can now be favorited. Unlocked. Okay, yes, those are the ones you have unlocked. Can now be favorited by clicking the heart that appears in the top right of the skin and the corresponding tab of the equipment panel. A new randomized checkbox has been added to the outfits, glider skins, mounts, miniatures, and mail carriers tab. When this option is enabled, players will see the following behavior. Each time a glider or mount is summoned, a random favorited skin will be used. If no favorites have been set, a random unlocked skin will be used. Each time you load into a map, random favorited outfits, miniatures, and mail carriers will be selected and applied. If no favorites have been set, random unlocked skins will be selected and applied. Meaning that you can go into every map instance as something else. There's more. A new button that allows players to randomize their skins or dyes has been added to the wardrobe and dyes tabs of the hero panel. Changes are not applied and do not cost transmutation charges until you accept them. Remember that. Until you accept them, no transmutation charges. But there's a note, there's an asterisk there I'm going to talk about in a second. Players can now choose to randomize their appearance when using the total makeover kits and self-style hair kits. Improved the loading performance of the wardrobe and fishing tabs. All great things. If you have legendary everything, you will be able to just willy-nilly look like whatever when you go into a map instance without spending a transmutation charge at all. I don't think fishing rods, gliders, fishing rods wasn't in there, but hello ArenaNet. Skiffs weren't in there too. But mounts, mail carriers, outfits, gliders, miniatures, none of those cost transmutation charges. When you're just doing the skins of armor and weapons, if you have legendary weapons and armor, it's already free to transmute those. It's free. And the back piece. Free. So you can just go into an instance and look like a freaking just whatever. Who knows? Maybe you'll find a new style. But that was added today. We will check it out when we get in the game. So nice, huh? World versus World. The rewards for attacking and defending Towers, Keeps, and Stone Mist Castle have been revamped. Thank you, Towers, Keeps, and Stone Mist Castle. Thank you. Players will earn increased rewards based on the number of opposing players participating in the battle and upgrade the tier of the objective. That's right. So the tier of the objective is also going to matter. So commanders have also talked about let the Doliacs fly. Taking your own camps, good. Taking the enemy camps, wait it out. Because if the Keep Tower Stone Mists get upgraded, better rewards when you take it. So, you know, they may be playing that strategy as well. New rewards have been added to these events, including rare equipment, World vs. World skirmish claim tickets, and Grandmaster marks. Participation tiers for Tower Keep and Castle events have been adjusted and now require increased participation to reach silver and gold tiers. That's another worry of mine for different reasons. If you don't have the skill or able to kill people, or you get killed, you know, and you can't get in the circle and stuff, now you just don't get the reward. I don't know. I don't know. Professional skills. So we're going to get in that immediately. Mantras. Mantras will again need to be prepared before gaining access to their charges. Firebrand mantras will now have more powerful final charge. Mesmer mantras will grant an effect upon finishing the initial casting time. In PvE maps, Firebrand mantras will automatically prepare when out of combat and not on cooldown. Elementalists, there is a butt ton of changes for you. Weaver has been buffed in PvE by a lot because it was missing damage. I think they may have overdone it a little bit in my opinion, but you know, who cares? It's PvE. Catalysts, I believe they got nerfed a little bit in PvP. Elemental Celerity increased cooldown from 60 seconds to 75. Deploy Jade Sphere increased cooldown from 10 seconds to 15. This is all PvP. Fortified Earth reduced the base barrier from 2520 to 1254. So, you're looking at that stuff. I don't play Elementalist, so I don't know how good or great that is, but I know that, again, I know what's good and what's bad. Number go up, good. Number go down, bad. Sometimes, not always, though. Engineer! Fragmenting shot reduced after cast duration by 25%. Poison dart volley. So these are, I believe, pistol skills and things like that. So poison dart volley increased overall animation speed of the skill by 66%. Utility goggles increased the number of damaging conditions removed from 1 to 2. Scrappers in there. Mechanist fixed an issue that caused the engineer to be the source of boons and conditions for several mech skills instead of the mech itself. Jade Mech CJ1 fixed an issue that caused melee auto attacks to be slower than intended, reduced the range of the first 2 melee strikes from 240 to 130. Mechanical Genius increased the duration of the boon applied by Mechanical Genius from 6 seconds to 10, and Chemical Rounds fixed an issue that prevented the condition damage from the skill from being inherited by the mech. It's rated still. This trait now functions with the mech when it is active. Incendiary powder. This trait now functions with the mech while it is active. Trait cooldowns for the mech are separate from the engineer. Guardian got buffed at its core in PvE. A lot of modifiers went up. So there's that. Check that out. Dragon Hunter, Test of Face, increased protection from 2 to 4 in PvP only. Interesting. Yeah, buffed. Really, Fragments of Fate got reduced in PvP in World vs. World. Stop reading that. Firebrand! Exiting a Firebrand tome will now put that tome on a 0.5 second cooldown. Lots of changes to PvP, both up and down. I looked over this yesterday. If you play Firebrand, I have no idea if this is good or bad for you in PvP. The more open ones, I mean, automatically swapping to the charged state in PvE is fantastic, but everything else, I don't know. It's going to be hit and miss with a lot of people in the community, I'm sure. Willbender Virtues no longer remove the active effects of Willbender Virtues. Mesmer! Master Manipulation. This trait no longer reduces the recharge of manipulation skills and now grants Aegis to nearby allies instead of super speed. Mirror. Reduced cooldown from 15 seconds to 12 seconds in PvE and from 20 seconds to 15 seconds in PvP and World vs. World. Mimic, reduced cooldown from 30 seconds to 20 seconds. Mass Invisibility, reduced cooldown from 60 seconds to 48 seconds in PvE and 75 seconds to 60 seconds in PvP and World vs. World. Now, if anybody knows of Cube, we run a bunch of Mesmers. Those changes right there actually buffed us by accident, ain't it? Messed up. Time Warp. This skill now also grants super speed to allies and inflicts chill on enemies. Reduced cooldown from 120 seconds to 75 seconds in PvP and World vs. World. Excuse me. Decoy, reduced cooldown from 45 seconds to 40 seconds in PvP and World vs. World. Mirror Images, reduced cooldown 35 to 30, PvP World vs. World. Mesmer Mantras now require an additional cast time to prepare the mantra charges. The effects they grant when completing initial cast are as follows. Read that if you use mantras. I do not. it's like reduce recharge and stuff and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't use mantras usually, so, you know, not a big thing for me. Egotism, increased damage bonus from 5% to 10% in PvP in World vs. World. Protected Phantasms. This trait has been replaced by Temporal Enchanter. Temporal Enchanter causes glamour skills to grant super speed and resistance to allies in the area and increase glamour durations by 1 second. Chronomancer, Echo Memory, Deja Vu. These skills now immediately summon the Phantasm when successfully blocking attack. If no attack is blocked, the Phantasm will still be summoned at the end of the channel. Tides of Time, catching the returning wave while under the effects of Continuum Shift will now also reduce the recharge of this skill after exiting Continuum Shift. Increase the number of might stacks from 5 to 8 in PvE only. Well of Action. This skill now grants might and fury to allies on the final pulse in addition to super speed. Well of I can't say that word. The skill now dazes enemies on its final pulse in addition to removing boons. Ada, welcome. Virtuoso, Psychic Riposte. Fixed an issue in which the unblockable effect would not apply to the entire shatter. Thank God. Necromancer. They changed stuff, mostly Warhorn, but it's PvE. I will say this just in general. You don't even have to read these patch notes. Just in general in PvE, your Necro is better. Reaper. Core Necro, better. Reaper. Your soul is mine now deals additional damage and grants additional life force per target. Per target struck within the melee range of the caster. Reduce cooldown from 20 seconds to 16 seconds. Nothing can save you. This skill no longer grants additional unblockable attacks on all enemies struck. This skill now deals additional damage and grants additional unblockable attacks when striking targets within melee range of the caster. Reduce cooldown from 20 seconds to 16 seconds. Rise! This skill now deals additional damage and summons additional horrors when striking targets within melee range of the caster. The maximum number of shambling horrors that can be summoned is 5. Reduce cooldown from 40 seconds to 32. Rise might be something I might start using for various reasons, especially with the cooldown and the little bit of additional damage. But I need to check something. Nothing can save you also interests me now, but I don't know. Because again, I'm having a problem with Spectral Grasp, and if I can change that out to something that does a little bit better, it'll be better. For sure. Like 100% better. Why? Why? I wasn't losing frames. It's just my internet was being weird. Suffer! This skill now deals additional damage and transfers one additional condition to target struck within melee range. Reduce cooldown from 20 seconds to 16 seconds. You are all weaklings. This skill now deals additional damage and grants more might when striking targets within the melee range of the caster. Reduce cooldowns from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. Now, the reason why they reduce these cooldowns is because the trait is no longer reducing cooldowns based on the number of targets you hit. Chilling Victory, reduce cooldown from 2 seconds to 1 second in PvP. Did they not? It might be in the late notes. I'll check those. Blighter's Boon, this trait now also triggers when removing a boon from an enemy. Ranger, there's a lot of stuff in there. Revenant, I think they got like nerfed and buffed in different ways in PvP. Look it up. It's back and forth for power coefficients and things like that. Certain skills got nerfed, certain skills got buffed. I think most of it was a nerf though. Thief! Signets of Power. This trait has been reworked and now causes Signet skills to grant initiative when activated, which is going to change my mapping, Thief. I think, more than anything. Reduce cooldowns from 15 seconds to 12 seconds on Signet of Malice, Signet of Shadows, 20 to 16. Infiltrator's Signet from 30 seconds to 24 in PvE, and 35 seconds to 28 seconds in PvP and World vs. World. Trickster, this trait no longer reduces cooldown of trick skills. Increase the number of conditions removed from 1 to 2. They're getting rid of a lot of those cooldown on skills, so there's probably going to be less math. I don't know. They go back and forth and do weird things with that. Haste, reduce cooldown from 30 seconds to 24 seconds in PvE, 45 seconds to 35 seconds in PvP and World vs. World. Roll for initiative, reduced from 35 to 28 in PvP. 50 seconds? Jesus. 35 seconds. I don't think 50 seconds should have ever been there. 45 would have been pushing it already, so. Scalp Venom, reduce cooldown from 30 seconds to 25 seconds. Keen Observer, reduced health threshold requirement from 90% to 75% in PvE only. Daredevil, Still is no longer replaced by Swipe. When the Daredevil's specialization is equipped, Impairing Daggers, reduce cooldown from 25 seconds to 18. Impact Strike, reduced from 40 seconds to 30 seconds. Deadeye, Deadeye's mark is no longer removed when the Deadeye goes into down state. And then everything got buffed in PvE when it comes to all the skills like Brutal Aim, Deadly Aim, Skirmisher Shot, Spotter Shot, Double Tap, 3-round Burst, and Shadow Meld. This skill no longer removes Revealed in PvP and World vs. World. So Deadeye got buffed in PvE and got nerfed in PvP and World vs. World because they can no longer remove Reveal. Because it's infuriating to sit there and just be perma-stealth, dodging away for all eternity. Spectre, there's some things there. I don't really understand Spectre, so please read on that. Warrior, I'm not sure exactly what they're doing with Warrior. I'm gonna skip that because I want to get into the game. There were some late notes here. Fixed or crash related to selecting players who are under the effects of stealth abilities. Interesting. Necromancer, Augury of Death, there it is. This trait no longer reduces the recharge of shout skills. This trait instead grants additional life siphon damage and healing when shouts strike enemies in melee range. Rise, this skill now deals additional, we talked about that, so they must have changed something here. The skill now deals additional damage and summons additional horrors when striking melee targets within melee range of the caster. The maximum number of shambling horrors that can be summoned is 5 in PvE and PvP and World vs. World. 5 in PvE and PvP and 3 in World vs. World. Reduce cooldown from 40 seconds to 32 seconds in PvE. Reduce cooldown from 50 seconds to 40 seconds in PvP and World vs. World. Because there's Rise builds in World vs. World, you can literally have tons of minions that just absorb all the damage. Warrior Blade Master, fixed an issue to cause this trait to grant more expertise than intended. And then there was also some changes that were late. Orders from above, alacrity duration increased from 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds in PvE. Engineer Flamejet, reduced the power coefficient per strike from 0.25 to 0.2 in World vs. World. Good! Little one-shot Flamejet nerds. Guardian Hunter's Ward, reduced the power coefficient from final impact from 1.666 to 1.333 in World vs. World. That's the end of the notes. Let's get into the game. Menu Master is fun to play? It is. I need to go take Lucky out because this is the 4th or 5th time he's walking to the door. We are not done. I'm going to show off the stuff in the game as soon as I know how to log in here because it reset my stuff for some freaking reason. I have to put it all back in. Okay. I will be back in like 3 minutes. I'm gonna rest my voice. BRB. Enjoy the music. We're not playing Crystal Project. There it is. Lecky did not want to over here and sit in my lap. What you used in Path of Fire minion master mode? I'm back. The game is back. I'm at rank 25-21. I need to hit like 25-55 or something ridiculous like that. 25-45. I need to get into platinum is what I need to for my next pip. We're getting there. I'm also at 42,451 achievement points. I ended up getting a 25-point achievement point this weekend for defending objectives. Yeah, I still don't have a lot of that done. So those achievements, I have a lot of like take things, but even then I don't think that one's done. A lot of the stuff I did in World vs. World was just yelling at people. All right, let's go. Time flies when you're hawking patch notes. So, inside the game here, when it loads, is it going to load? Does this work? Hello? Looks like Age Knight Road is someone who plays a lot of Thief, another content creator. Looks like he also liked the changes to Steel and Shadow Meld. So that's good. I wanted to go see if anybody said anything. Okay. Let's do this. There's a free gift. Let's go ahead and see what that free gift is. A total makeover kit for free. Save yourself 350 gems by getting a total makeover kit. I'll let that sit there so I don't forget about it and I can remind you all. They have a new Equinox Wings Backpack and Glider combo. Yes, I would like to see. Ooh. Wonder if you can color the whole thing the same color.
I'm at your service.
I see feather effects. Oh, the colors change on the glider. My glider must have different colors on it. For a second, I thought it was the actual glider, but that's just being dumb. The Equinox.
Hello, stranger.
The Equinox outfit. Oh yeah, that's what that weapon looked like. Yeah, so I guess you couldn't make this. I mean, black and white. Also, what happened to my boobs? Ain't it? Why do you keep making the characters more flat-chested? These outfits. Look, I didn't know this character had, like, look at them boobs. I didn't know this character had such big boobs until I actually started playing it. But then you go to this outfit. What are we, tying them down? How tight is this outfit? Oh, it does have an effect. Is it misty, or is it just like... Looks like it's just the light effect. Then you can have a... Equinox weapon skin. I should have got these, man. These weapon skins are pretty nice. The glow. Alright, anyhow. That's on the gym store. All Equinox stuff there. Let me hit promotion. So we got the free total makeover kit. And here's all the romance stuff for Valentine's Day. Wedding preparation package. Wings of Love backpack. I used to have the chocolates and the bouquet, but I don't know what happened to them. Or one of them didn't unlock or something. There's a bunch of dyes on sale. Bag slot expansions are still on sale, 20% off. We never talked about the Storm Color Warhorn, I don't think. But that's there. I can't do a preview of its sound. The new Viking skiff is here.
May the six watch
That one's there, so if you want to check that out. Bunch of chairs look like they've come back. Springer stuff. There it is. A Warhorn, I believe when you blow it, it makes a constellation or something. I don't know what the sound is. I haven't actually found anybody who has that Warhorn. Like out in the open, using it. That's the gym store today. So a free total makeover kit. Oh, Blackline instant level 80 tickets are on sale for 1,600 gems. I don't think this is ever worth it. I think if you get it as part of like an expansion package, you know, I think it's worth it because usually you get a cheap 4,000 gems and it opens up a shared inventory slot or something. So many of the skiff skins are just cramped and unaesthetic. I can agree with that too. That's why I'm not going out my way to get them. Unless it was the freaking glacial one. I'll have to buy it. Ada, you tried, but... I don't know what the black line keys have to do with that. Oh no, the odds. Okay. In my hero panel, they have told me that I can randomize stuff. Right there. I'm not gonna do it on this character, that'd be insane.
What can I do for you?
What is all of this stuff? Hold on. Ah! Okay, I went farming last night and didn't empty my bags. This is everything that I got yesterday.
Hello, stranger.
Oh yeah, time to clean by just going boop, boop, done. Sell the junk. Don't forget to buy your antique summoning stones. Those reset yesterday. There were boxes of World vs. World supply at the Guild Trader, I believe. I don't need this. Let me sell that. Oh yeah, we gotta do that today too. I'm also maxed out on Elderwood. Waddle. That needs to go into the bank. Bank.
What can I do for you?
Bank. Bank. Those. For amalgamated gemstones. Alright, so wardrobe. Randomize appearance. Outfits. Randomize outfits. How do I favorite? Never knew that was a thing. Never thought to unequip an outfit. Didn't it say I can favorite my outfits? Am I lying? Hold on, I know how to do this. Go to dyes. Add to favorites for dies. Can you not do it for outfits? Mounts. Randomize mounts. Show default dies. Randomize mounts. Use a random mount skin each time you summon a mount. Only picks from your favorites if you have been selected. How do I select favorites? Anybody know how to select favorites? I seem to be an idiot here. Please give a thumbs up for me being an idiot. I'm right-clicking, but that doesn't seem to work. Huh. I'll keep random mounts on. That seems cool. Can I randomize? Nope. Not randomize skips. Gliders I can. Randomize glider skins. Do it. How do you pick favorites? How is this favorites thing working? Oh, there's the button. It's really hard to see. I don't know why they didn't just do right-click favorites like dies. But it's just up in the corner. I don't know how I was missing that on everything else. Because my cursor covers it up.
What can I do for you?
My one suggestion with that, ArenaNet, is not to have the heart up in the top right, but in the bottom left. Because of the way the cursors work. But also, why... If you have it in the top right, it needs to appear just mousing over the icon. This is new today. The randomized stuff and the favorite stuff was added today. No, that's it. Yeah, you can leave it in its spot, but I need to see it if I mouse over the very tile. It's like, it's hard to trigger as well. And then hard to see if you do trigger it. We found it. It's there. Outfits the same way? Okay, good. Right-click favorite like the dies would have been better, I feel. Add to favorite. And then put the heart on there. And then the right-click remove from favorite. But what the hell do I know? I'm not a UI expert. Wardrobe. I don't remember if you can favorite this. But we're not doing that. Took forever to get this look. I'm not gonna mess around with it. I think it's okay. Could just do outfits though. But I think I'm gonna randomize my glider skin and my mount skins because I have so many different ones. It'd be cool to see that. This is much like finishers. Randomize finishers. Oh, you can randomize your miniatures as well, but I love my Jade bot and I just don't have it on because it's distracting. Okay. Mail carrier. Randomize mail carriers. Yes! But I do love me some Quaggan, Aviator Quaggan mail carrier. Do. Ooh. The Super Bee? I have not seen that in forever. Alright, that's randomized. Love it. Anything else I want to randomize?
Hello, stranger.
I wonder what colors would work best. It's like sort of just getting what's available. That is so cool though. Takes a while for it to check if you're a little too fast. This is probably one of the coolest things that they've done in a long time. The sense of just... My mapping character needs to be full random. Okay.
It is my honor to meet you.
Okay, that's cool. All right. We have one more thing that I definitely need to touch upon today. I have changed my route yet again when making money. So let me grab a tracker here. It's been really hard to get the Guild Wars 2 efficiency tracker to be correct one way or another, but no, hopefully it works today. My account value will be starting at what? 9,863 gold, 53 silver, 92 copper. Okay, so that is done. We have food on. Hour 40 minutes.
What can I do for you?
Let's do that. Is there any... I feel like there's one more thing I needed to go over when I got into the game, but I'm not really touching any of that, am I? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do this. What has changed, you may ask? First... Oh, wait. Get rid of this.
Hello.
This may mess with the tracker, too, putting stuff in my bank. Also, I need to sell that. I simply go on boot. Oh, I didn't want to sell at that, but whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. And then we're gonna quick sell this because I have way too much. Alright. The farming tracker. APIs are hard to work with. I get it. So, even when I try to use the other ones now, they pick up. They're like, oh, yeah, did you know you have a sigil of force or whatever? And then it's showing me like I'm making like 3,600 gold per hour. I don't know what's going on with it lately. And then it'll say I don't have it. So instead of just removing it, it'll say that I lost a sigil of force. And then I'll be at like negative 383 gold per hour. And then I just don't get it. And then I have to reset the timer. Kenshi's wing. I need to sell that too, don't I? Yes. I don't know what that's used in. Let's just do this. That looks good. Now. Boom. Empty inventory. Except for Puddle's tailpiece. That's not important. What's important is we get this started. The total makeover kit is... No, I did not grab it. So I don't forget. Make sure people know there's a total makeover kit. More like Sigil of Farts. Well, yeah, when it's telling me it's 383... Negative 383 gold. Bloodstone Fin. Quit distracting me. We gotta go. Let's make some money here. The whole goal of this route is try to make a quick 30 gold. Is the goal every time in less than an hour. Reality is much different. The IP changed. Oh no. Moas are over there. Okay. I'm doing the full thing here, so I haven't got anything done from yesterday. I didn't grab any extra nodes that I wanted to. None of that. Because I do run this beginning route at the end of my dailies as well. Grab that Elderwood for fun. And we hit that. We're good. Up and over. Across the way. Jungle plants there. Doesn't look like there's any below. Got the one on the back side here. So jungle plants, looking for those Maguma lilies. Cassava root's pretty good. I think you can get flax fiber from it now. I think. Grab some bloodstone crystal, why not? Boom, boom, boom. Orichalcum's there. I'm gonna have to kill the Mauler though, that's fine. Bloodstone crystal, we'll grab that. 3 up top. Flax on the island. Whoa, my mount was stuck in the wall. That's why they don't let you usually summon it that close. We'll grab the flax. Gotten over 2 silver apiece because we haven't had a festival giving flax. Like we have some ancient sapling. Like we have an explosive elemental here. That wasn't even close enough to me. Funny enough, those also give me their life force. Oh yeah, I gotta check. Huh. I gotta check out some of these skills. Technically, I should be doing more damage. How did I not get enough height there? What the frick? Why are my hands so tired today? No! Don't say it! I love this random mount crap. Mel will probably confuse me. That confused me. I was like, wait, what just happened? Bitter Frost Frontier today? Boo. Boo! Let's take a look. That. Then we had a jungle plant over here. 2 of them. There's no ancient wood. Don't mess with me. Jungle plant. Wow, we're not getting the strikes. We have 2 jungle plants on the small island here. Means there's not a lot of jungle plants down below. Probably gonna be in weird spots. Can I get my extra strikes? Hello, ArenaNet? What's the point of a glyph of bounty if it never works? This place looks terrible. Try not to get caught by the rift like that guy just did. Where are my extra strikes? Oh, shut up. Stupid spirit. Yep. That summon the chain? Muscle nodes. Thing was distracted the entire time. Alright, we're looking for freshwater pearls from the muscle nodes. I'll also take the mops. The piece of mother of pearl. Because those have been stretching all the way to 9 silver. So it makes those nodes not as terrible as they once were. Jungle plants. Did get a freshwater pearl. We also just got a Maguma lily. Oh my god. Go away! Or was it just seeds? Oh, it could be just seeds. It was just seeds. That flax fiber there. Also worth money. A silver 20. This is my life. This seems like a lot of jungle plants, right? We need to do... There's still more? I don't know what this means. But we didn't get any Maguma lilies. After all of that, no Maguma lilies. I'm gonna hit these Bloodstone crystals for that Bloodstone dust, for the Blood rubies, and the Unbound magic. And if we're really lucky, we'll get a Watchwork sprocket. Oh, God. Alright, from here... I'm going to choke on my own spit. From here, we go to Verdant Brink. We're going to run this. Check for the Ancient Wood. Orichalcum over here. I should just check this as I do things, but I do this to see if it's the same IP. Because once I get that, when I come back to the map, I don't think that node comes back. But usually they don't. I can see that it's the same IP instead of having to type in /IP. And I'll know I'm on the same route. We'll fight. That is a smoke scale. Jesus. Die! I have some buffs from Dragon's Inn for the next hour and 10 minutes. So every time I get in combat, I'm going to get all those nice little boons right there. As long as you don't go to the guild hall or your home instance, they should forever be there. Didn't do the dailies either. Verdant Brink was on that. How are you still alive? Kill the spider, kill the spider. Notice the boons can be stacked and stacked and stacked and all the way up to 30 seconds. Nice little trick. I also have adrenal mushrooms. Gonna go help that soldier if they're still alive. That way.
These supplies need to get through.
That when they fail, inevitably, I get extra experience. Go drink. Suddenly, I don't. What's going on? All I did was read some stuff off a website. Yeah. Okay. I hope that fixes, because right now we're running at -2 gold, 63 silver an hour. Even with a freshwater pearl. APIs. Why? Don't do it! Dead now. Hey, freshwater pearls. Got 2 of them on the side of my screen there. And I get a 1 strike for 2 muscles. Remember, we're grabbing mithril because we're going to be using those for research notes. Which again reminds me, I have to do some crafting today in front of all of you because I bought all the lodestones in stabilizing matrix. He made it!
Need help reaching the rally point. The sooner we reach the rally point with these supplies, the better.
Yeah, about that. Double check. I don't see the jungle plant, so we need to go get the flax. Go ahead and die, Pack Soldier. It's okay. You're from the past. I cannot change your future. Also, I think Vigor and Aegis. Darn. Double checking some things. Ah, there it is. Always gaining experience is good. Getting a little extra coin in your pocket. I mean, 22 copper ain't much of anything, but if it succeeds, you'll get karma. Like that one event. Not planning on that. Oh, this is where I need to... So when I get down to the flax farm, I messed that up. Spirit banner on top of the thing. Oh well, no spirit banner now. I wish you couldn't do that. Yeah. This is so we can try to get some more strikes out of this flax here. Getting more strikes from a muscle or jungle plant node doesn't equate. The hero's banner is too much. That's too much of a hit. I'll never get the spirit banner. No! Just let me get all the banners in it. Get Bruce and we'll get David. That's what Midian calls the banners, by the way. Shh. Go, 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 go. Gotta go fast. But anyways, harvesting banners doesn't equate to more money. The data has shown that freshwater pearls and Maguma lilies are sort of rolled when you hit the node, whether you're gonna get it from the node or not. It doesn't mean that's true, but that's what it looks like. Just not getting a chance each time. Flax, though, I just want the flax. It's the base material. So, the cassava root, same thing, base material. Where'd that guy go? Go, go, go. But I'm not sure, because remember, you can get up to 3 freshwater pearls out of one of these. If you get 4 freshwater pearls, like a 4 strike on a node, and you get 4 freshwater pearls, you're a liar. chances of that happening is so incredible that you just wasted that luck. There's going to be a time where something's going to, some accident or something, and you need that luck and it's gone. You're going to die because you wasted it on a freshwater pearl node in a video game. What? Luck doesn't work that way? Not what I'm told. So I did adjust this into the route here. So we get the flax node over here, the jungle plant if it's there. Go over and get the muscle nodes. Like the jungle plant nodes in Bloodstone. Muscle nodes are a little skimpy. Gotta get some quickness here. Kill that. Go check for the last jungle plant node. Not there, but we're not done. So, on the edge of this map, as I'm running off, there is stuff down below here. I'm gonna drop. Hey, the mithrils there? I'm gonna grab that. Sometimes there's a jungle plant there. Not used to the mini-map. We need to drop further. I think that was too far. Right? Right. So over here, there could be some mithril, some jungle plants. Talcum is north, I think. There. Not very good. I think I messed it up. No, it's here. There could be a rich orichalcum there. This is just a bad map. I check it now because sometimes there's also a jungle plant node. There's flax. Grab a couple mithril nodes sometimes. It is worth checking, usually. I'm gonna start this off a little unusually. Well, I gotta kill this vine tooth because it's gonna give me currency. Surprise, mother... Yeah, I'm kicking your ass. Yawn. Wow. Dude, this close. So, Auric Basin. Taking that East Watch. Gonna kill me some raptors. Pocket raptors, that is. To get my salvage from that, and I'm gonna take a quick look over here. This jungle plant, and sometimes there's ancient wood along the way. See some flax. Don't see any of the orichalcum. Oh, muscle node, but we're not going to go that far. Jungle plant over there? Come on, Zorric. Come on! Don't get too distracted. Now you start losing money. Ancient sapling. The hero challenge people don't know how to complete because they don't know how to dodge. Poor guy. Don't have enough space to mount. Where is that flax? Must be above me. We don't have time for that. Or a cow come over here? I missed that. Alright, away! I do not do the left side of this map, aka the west side of the map anymore, because it's just too inconsistent. There can be 3 jungle plant nodes over there along the way. There can be 8 of them. But it's just too inconsistent. Need to go up top here. That might be Orichalco. What I'm doing is checking this node, which is flax. We're gonna skip it. I'm gonna grab the chest. I'm ginormous. 26 lumps of beryllium. And what I'm looking for here is muscle nodes and flax and jungle nodes. Jungle plant nodes. The other thing I can do is come up here, go like this, grab this chest. Did I miss it? There it is. Sometimes a jungle plant node up here, mostly flax though. Ancient sapling, I'll grab that. So instead of just running down, hitting those muscle nodes, going in and grabbing those jungle plants, I now come over here and grab the extra stuff. The other thing that can happen over here is the treasure mushroom can be here. Back kicked my ass. This map sucks. It sucks. Oh, why? Fucking so bad. Wow, I'm actually surprised we haven't got a Maguma Lily. 84 flax so far. Muscle node. Gonna fly down to the center here. Again, if the event is happening, the meta, then you will not be able to finish this, but you still should be able to grab all the way down to the flaxseed. Careful, the meta's going on that you don't get attacked by a sniper or something like that. Grabbing the flax here. These nodes right here, this jungle plant node, and the other one is notorious for giving Maguma lilies. Why? I just don't know. It just happens. Didn't get lucky today, but we're not done. We're gonna drop down. Take the first portal. Take the second portal. Gonna grab these muscle nodes. Having a conversation with some farmers. It's best to go into the middle of the room. Check for any of the nodes. We got one to the south, none to the northeast. We did not luck out. Now, there's a couple other things we can do here. I can go to the Scar Camp waypoint or this one and check for jungle plants along this place. It was okay. Same thing, Dragon Stand. You can go down there for jungle plants, lots of flax. You can get a full stack of it with the Glyph of Bounty. You can do that if you want. But from here, I'm actually going to go to Ember Bay. This is a change from what I was doing on the route. We're going to stick to HOT and Season 3 content. I'm going to check to see if we can buy one of those. We can't. We are short by quite a bit. I'll grab Petrified Stump. Come over here. I'll grab the Mithril. Oh, it's... I thought this was a big boulder. didn't do it right. That's okay. You can't do everything perfectly. Or can you? We're gonna go down all the way here. Grab this seaweed. I ended up in like a week getting over a stack of this. Or something like that. So I sold the stack. I need this for my fishing power food, but the way I'm fishing, that isn't now. We need to fish the next few days. Yeah. Today's Tuesday. But that right there, money. I only got 16 of them. Not as much money. Really weak. Be opportunistic. We go right here. Am I in combat with this? Come on. Ain't it? If it can only be CC, just have a CC bar. Don't let me damage it. Kill all of these. I am not worried about finishing this heart. The blooming Passiflora is here. That would be nice. What am I in combat with? Oh, that one. This is becoming stupid very fast. Jungle plants are why we're here. And blooming Passiflora, if we are lucky. We can hit the Passiflora in general for passion fruit, but again, we're looking for the blooming Passiflora. Like we have jungle plant down here. Not in a terrible spot, though. Hey, Maguma Lily. We have another one down below. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it. I did not see that. Partial color blindness. That raptor was not there. Now we're gonna have to kill this one. Things are terrible. If I finish the heart, I should buy the petrified stumps. I didn't finish the heart. I could finish the heart, but it's sort of a waste of time. Not giving enough back for the karma I'm putting into it. Better just to up and leave. I will grab the orichalcum over here. I keep forgetting where it's at. And then I will grab the petrified stump right here. These are worth grabbing because it's free. But you have to get it. You have to get some wood, which I did not get. Go ahead and grab that Passiflora there. Why is that player down? Okay, so from here, just we can't. No, don't. You're getting distracted, Zork. Gotta move on. We are now adding nothing yet. I got Lake Dork to do. We're just going down the list. We need mint seeds. That's it. So any verdant herb nodes, we need to hit them. And any of these jade fragments, I need the bloodstone dust. You're wondering, Zorric, why do you need bloodstone dust? Because I have a converter, and I'm running out of bloodstone dust to convert the other materials from it. So by doing this, and having orichalcum right there, above, I was looking inside that house. Also, these MOAs right here. Are worth tons of experience. Nobody wants to fight these MOAs on the rock, and I don't understand. Look at this nonsense that I don't care about. No, close all of this. Close that. Holy crap, ain't it? I don't care. None of that's important to me. Wow, really? Nothing? Lots of elderwood here if you're looking for it as well. We're looking for ancient saplings. These right here. Verdant herb notes. Also stop for any orichalcum. I don't like where that ancient wood is, so we're gonna skip. Why? This place is terrible. It's also a great place to get some mithril. Rich mithril on the backside. Sawgill mushroom, okay. Ancient sapling. Yeah, just terrible positioning of the nodes today. Don't know why these IPs reset and just absolutely wanted to take a dump down my throat, but they decided to. Alright, I'm fighting for this. It's worth it. Yes, it wasn't worth it. At least they dropped 2 silver, 63 copper. Okay, I still have my celebration booster. Good. Lotus is absolutely worthless. Do not hit that node. You will waste your money. You will waste your time. You will waste your efforts. Why? I don't care. That orichalcum there. Gonna come down here. We're gonna take a quick detour to talk to this guy. He'll give me a peach. I'm gonna eat that peach. I'm gonna get stronger than I've ever been. Somebody killed my fruit bats on this side at one point. We're gonna come over to this side then. You see these fruit bats? Put up. Okay, I don't know how I missed the one right in front of me. Don't know how that one's evading me. Okay, everything dies. Didn't get any powerful blood. Wasting my time? I mean, sort of. Now we're gonna finish our path here. I don't care about any of that. That one. That orichalcum is up there.
All mine.
There we go. Now you can stealth and get away with it over here if you're fast enough. I watched a buddy of mine clip it and show me. It's possible, but it is a lot of work to fight your way out if you were to get caught, and you'd probably die. But if you can stealth, stay stealth and go over there, you can grab some of those chests to get some extra loot. See it. Freaking why is this not harvesting things when I get off my mount? Really not close enough? If you can finish a vin on this map, do it. But do not put yourself in harm's way. Do not keep yourself stuck in combat either. Grab these jade fragments. I'm gonna take a look at this camp. If there's a bunch of wolves fighting the white mantle in there, get in there and kill them. If not, get over here and kill them. Hit them like that. And they're gonna summon all their friends. And then we're gonna just absolutely decimate them like that. Gonna kill these bats. Look at all that loot. Got a claw, I got a vicious fang. Getting secondary drops that are pretty okay, but not much else. Another event to avoid is that champion right there. Do it. Gotta think, I can take that on. Not as easy as you think. Because the damage is spike. So you'll be fine, and then you won't. It'll happen very quickly. This is a very unforgiving map. That missile? Go up here. Is that Orichalcum here? Man. Not getting a lot of mint seeds, are we? Oh, we got 3? Not terrible. Not great either. More. I need to go over here. So here on the top side, what we're looking for is rich Orichalcum. It looks like it's there. So I need to go down into here. That rich Orichalcum can be where I'm standing over here on this cliff, and then some places up north, like all the way up here, and I think over here on this ledge maybe. Not really sure. But there's at least two regular Orichalcum nodes on a map, and this rich one that you can collect once a day per character. There's actually a rich Orichalcum node route and farm. I just don't know it by heart. I'd have to look it up and go down the list. I don't even know if it synergizes well with what I'm doing either. Grab that. We're also going to kill these deer really quick for no more reason than to kill them. Because they're worth experience. Down to the south here, there's a lot of the Jade Fragment nodes. You can kill your way through and get them all if you want, but it's just not worth it. Next. Now, you can waypoint here and stuff like that if you have it done. I'm just doing this for free and going down the list. Draconis Mons, however, I would definitely use the book. It is quite expensive to waypoint down here. You're going to be missing a lot of silver, 2-3 silver. That's not what we're here for. So, Buddy and I got together. We were talking about jungle plants, and I forgot just how many jungle plants are here in Draconis Mons. And just like that one right there, they love to absolutely drop Maguma lilies. I do not know why, but I came here, did the map for the first time in a long time, and ended up with 6 Maguma lilies. Second time through, not so much. Only got 4, but let me drink some water. Jesus Christ. Mouth is so dry from reading earlier. But anyhow, the key to this map is not to leave the green. So when you're on the map, the mini-map's gonna mess up, by the way. I can't even see what's on the mini-map. But this green right here, you know, even over here, that is the only place you can get these jungle plants. And if you leave, then you won't be finding them. So don't go all the way up the top. Don't put yourself in danger. Evaluate. This is a dangerous map. I could fly over here right now at this point, which I think I will do. There's also a flax farm on this map that I need to add to this route. I won't be doing that today. Primordial orchids are also on this map. do not put yourself in danger for them. They're not really that worth it, but you can make some money off of the freaking orchids that I didn't get either. I hate hitting those and not getting the special drop. It's just insane to me. There's a bunch of sawgill mushrooms on this map. Why am I not getting the special drops from these special nodes? Are they broke? A fire orchid seed. Fantastic. Where are my fire orchids? Do you guys see that? YouTube cubes, can you see this right now? No orchid. Also, do not get swamped by the wind riders. Hold on, is this one in there? Get out of here. Hold on. I don't know why they're grouped up like this, but that's money. Here's 6 venom sack, 2 silver, 43 copper, and 2 globby goops for another 32 copper on top of it. Be opportunistic. There is actually usually... I can take this. This is a mastery. This brings me back up top. I'm gonna hit this one, and that's it. Because I feel so disappointed. Okay, all 3 hits give me 1. It's magic. Not even the gathering. I didn't get it? But why? Alright, we're gonna move ourselves to the east here. You did like the jumping puzzle here? I hated this one. This one's like, well, I guess it's not as bad as Chalice of the Tears, but it was long. This map and Timber Bay made me hate jumping puzzles. Sawgill mushroom. Sawgill mushroom, okay. I need to go up, and I need to do it by doing this. I can also use the Oak Heart Spider-Man stuff, but I don't know what to call it. The wasps aren't worth fighting, or the fireflies. Moas, they're okay. The wasps, they can drop poison sacks, but it's really not worth it. That Orichalcum. Guma Lily. Slow. One up top. Oh, it's on the other side today? Yeah, these jungle plants everywhere. Map essentially can be in itself, it can be a 12 gold plus hour farm. Why am I hitting this?
All mine.
Can't learn your lesson, Zorric, until you do it wrong 12 times over. But it's like 12, 13 gold per hour, I think. Depending on how fast you are and how lucky you are, of course. This is a gamble route that we're doing. But it has been paying off, so on average, thanks to ArenaNet increasing the drop rate of those Maguma lilies. It looks like the Maguma lilies in general here do not want to drop today. But I did this farm on Sunday before I did the daily reset. I ended up with 13 Maguma lilies total. Oh, before I leave. I'm gonna anger all of these animals here. We're gonna wipe them out. Because they can give me poultry and vicious claws and get my scavenger loot. Go down here and grab this jungle plant. Do not step into the bushes in this area right here. Druid's Grotto, do not step in the bushes. Unless you have to for like a jungle plant. The reason is when you walk through bushes on this map, smoke scales or smog scales can jump out. Or other such things. Also, if you run across a road, go down one of these roads, devour stuff. Destroyers, not devours. Can spawn just like that. You can kill them if you want. But they'll slow you down. Checking the nodes. Go all the way up here. Stay in the green. Deal with more wasps. We're gonna follow the top here. We're gonna have to kill these wasps. So much health. That's why killing them isn't worth it. I didn't get anything from that. Just don't want to drop stuff. Okay, whatever. I don't want to drop stuff. Drops everything. I must be in combat with that spark fly. Gonna stay high side here. I'm down to this. There is nodes over here. Jungle plant nodes. You have to go inside like the puzzle and stuff. It's not worth it because there's just so much stuff that puts you in combat. After a while, you just end up fighting things. We're gonna drop a level here and backtrack. Huh? Was there a jungle plant I missed? It's above me though. Watching. That right there, doing that spin and that thing going out and hitting one of those. 2 silver, 60 nice copper. Puts me in combat, man. It chills, but it doesn't damage, so the ambient creature is just CC'd. A 4 hit. Didn't seem like it. Led back up to here, more destroyers. Yeah, I have no idea where the flax farm is on this map anymore. Is it right here? Because that might be a good way to finish the route. It's right here. It is! Few problems with this one, though. There's usually always this veteran bat or something. And sometimes people run in, they don't have mounts, so they're running in and they attract the grub gobbler and other things as well. But this is good profit right here. Once a day per character. My banner's gone, so we can't take advantage of that, but I don't think it matters. Flaxseed, we're hitting over 100 flaxseed. That's 2 gold right there. Let me see what this says. We're at 9 gold right now, only 11 gold per hour. They're being pretty stingy with Maguma Lilies. 3 Maguma Lilies after all this effort. But again, 9 gold. So from here, I am now actually going to go to Season 4. We're just going to go to Sandswept Isles really quick. I've made a huge mistake not coming here sooner. And you're going to understand why. And it isn't even for the muscle nodes. Alright, you can come here and do the muscle nodes. That's great. But it's for this right here, these desert vegetables. They drop cassava root, flax fibers, onion, garlic, in swaths sometimes. Those nodes are worth bank. This node, these cluster of... Please don't. Wow, you have a lot of health. What the heck? Okay, you want to be blind? Got him. That's so annoying. I don't know what is happening. Anyhow. Then the other thing I should have been doing is grabbing these lentils as well every day. Because you can get upwards to like 40 lentils or something out of these. We're not doing so. I'm not getting extra strikes right now. It's being mean. And then sometimes, if you're really fast, I saw it. Top. And catch a break here. These maps have been mean. I'm gonna grab that just in case it was something good. But there's orichalcum sitting up here. Sometimes some ancient wood that's pretty quick to grab. The other thing I could check if I was feeling adventurous, which I am not. Orichalcum nodes are always great to hit. They're the best nodes. Rich orichalcum nodes are the best nodes in the game, hands down. Just the sheer amount of money you can make from... You can make like 22 silver off of one node instantly. But anyhow, go hit those desert vegetables. Passiflora there? What? I don't know why I thought those were like not anything good, but they are. Cassava root, the onion, that kind of thing. I don't even care if it hurts my farm because just how ridiculous this is. Look, I went adventuring and I found the rich orichalcum there. Come in here and steal this stuff really quick. This map alone just pushed us over 10 gold. Oh, we're already at 11? Oh. Back over 12.5 gold per hour, which is what I want to be at least. Now we're going to be stretching 12 gold. What else is on this map? Rich mithril. I don't remember if this rich mithril is always there. Hey, volatile. Take that. Ancient sapling. It's just a good map. Keep thinking muscle nodes for this map, and I gotta remember that ArenaNet really loved to give us that top nodes. But if you were doing the rich orichalcum stuff, you would come to this map for that rich orichalcum. which can sometimes be on the cliff right over here, one of these two. But today we got it over here. I think. What just happened? Grab that, we're done. Gotta leave. Can't just hit every node, Zorric. Can't just hit every node. Open up, what do we get? Wood. Stop with all the events. And, so that's going to conclude the routes through Season 4 and stuff. There is no other map that we could figure out that would fit well with what I'm doing. Dragonfall might, but if I go into a map and the events are done and things like that, it can be weird and that kind of stuff. So what I need to do now is actually go back to Bloodstone Fen, and we found that it's actually more profitable to see if you can get on a new IP. Now here on NA, not enough farmers for a new IP to happen, but you can always check by simply coming to the map and jumping down and taking a look. Which changes midair. Okay, sorry, I had to kill that. But you don't get a new IP here. You don't get a new IP here. Check Verdant Brink. This does switch because a bunch of new players coming to the HOT content, they will flood the map in a sense. This is a different IP. So now what I can do is farm this map again. And hopefully we can get some more freshwater pearls. Maybe a Maguma Lily or two. I moved and didn't get the node at all. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're enjoying today's show. Hit it anyways if you just want to support me. And if you're new, don't be afraid to sub. We're pushing for partner. We're going to be doing a lot of Guild Wars 2 content. This route is specifically to make money to make 14 legendaries this year. Not making all 16 of the Gen 3 legendaries because I already made 2 of them, but I am aiming to get the other 14 done. That beetle after me. Why is this event here? No, that's flax. Jungle plant, worth fighting for. Flax, it is not. Skip it. You have to fight a bunch of... Okay. I've waited. It's better to do this event than to skip it. Why? Now it's not better to do the event. I got them crowbars. I've actually been getting ahead on crowbars because of this farm. 37 crowbars. And the 1,067 airship parts. I was running out of airship parts. Alright, let's double check up here. I don't see any nodes. Back down to the muscle nodes. Go. If there are vet events during the day when you're doing this map. It's better to be on this map during the day. Those vet events.
All shiny.
Finishing that piece daily, and it's gonna make me want to finish dailies. But anyhow, Alchem is there this time. This is already a better map. Remember, I don't need to go to the flax farm. I saw the jungle plant from there. Such a better map. Flax farm. No, jungle plant. I said jungle plant. Double check that this other jungle plant isn't there. Correct. Down to here. That orichalcum being there, you can see the jungle plant from it. And we already did the flax farm, so there's no reason to go back to it. Can't do it more than once on a character during a day. And it does reset at daily reset, by the way. One of the few things that will reset immediately. I like this map. Oh man, really? That one.
Shiny.
Didn't get Maguma lilies either. Get all those muscle nodes. Haha. Another spirit shard. Let me double check something. That one was there, the flax. Oh, okay. I bet there's a jungle plant too, north. You know, I could almost put 50 gold on it. Let's not do that. We don't need to waste our money. Do not ecto gamble. By the way, I dropped under 1,000 gold and then have recovered that gold by doing these farms because I bought all the lodestones. I bought all the stabilizing matrices. Jungle plant there because we got the extra ones. Flax. Good. They're good because we need to check for the muscle nodes. They're not there. Extra jungle plant is there though, so we'll grab that. Here.
We have to
Line up.
retake the airship crash site.
Soldier doesn't see me. There's not a direct line of sight yet. Now there is. Then, like previously, we're gonna go all the way over here. Check for this. Flax. Be a jungle plant node over that way. Then we're gonna drop down. See if we get lucky with that rich orichalcum node. Is this mithril node always here? I've just been missing. Jungle plant wasn't there. Don't see the orichalcum. The flax is there this time. Careful. That sharpshooter will ruin your day, so just take it out as fast as possible. It doesn't have a lot of health. It doesn't have a lot of health. 2 silver, 60 nice copper. Time do I have in this? An hour 21? There could be a rich mithril node on this here. And then it could be that there. I don't know. That didn't pan out. But we're done here. We're going to go to Dry Top. And this is just normal rich node route. So now we're going to take all of our luck from the gamble route that we just did there, and we're going to snowball it into doing the other checks. The quartz crystal that is to our south is not worth it. Not worth grabbing. In fact, these chests right here may not be worth grabbing unless you need Obby shards. Because the champ loot may not produce anything, which I have not opened any of that stuff yet, so that's not been added to the pile. But we'll go ahead. Lettuce, carrots, worth it. We're at 13 gold. We're just over an hour of farming. Every carrot is worth about a silver. The lettuce is worth about a silver 30. Hope for all those extra strikes. I don't remember if cabbage is good. I need to look that up. We're not going to stop for that. I am going to check for that mythal right here. It is not. There, we got a waypoint over here. Waste a little bit of silver. And then the quartz crystal that I hit here is quote-unquote debatable. It's usually not a good thing, but from what we could find, we're not sure if dry top is worth it at all. Unless you can get the 2 orichalcum. A decent amount of these. So come here the last 20 minutes of the hour. Above or below me? Above. I have so many Zephyrite lockpicks. 149 left. That is literally from sifting through silky sand. Gonna fly up here. Latch. Fly up. Latch. Fly up. And hit our 8 skill. That way we don't have to do all the extra. The chest I'm seeing on my mini map above is the grand chest for doing the jumping puzzle. Gonna drop down really quick. That one. Huh? Above me? Go up there. Maybe I can. Below me? Get out of here. Go hit your rich nodes. Alright, Gallifield's waypoint. Resets in about an hour and 5 minutes. So, rich iron, rich platinum. Got a silver 28 for the iron, a silver 45 for the platinum. Last I saw it. I don't know what people are doing with all that platinum. Power to them. The calculations, it's worth checking for rich, uncontested normal iron nodes here are worth grabbing too. If you don't get into combat, you should be okay. But it is worth checking the south more than the north side for any iron nodes, rich nodes. Because, which I lucked out on, there's actually onions here and this herb node. Problem with those onions, they are contestable, but I've been checking the north side. That's a waste of time. That's been a waste of time. Because it's so rare for that rich iron node to be there that it's not worth checking. The one to the south appears more often and is surrounded by nodes that you want to hit. There is a strawberry farm here that you can hit right here before you grab the rich node. I have not added that in, but that is also something I've been thinking about. There's a lot of nodes over here, but we don't have time for that. The rich ones are what's important. Hitting individual nodes over and over is just wasting your gold per hour. Just a point where you just want to grab a new character. It's along the way, okay? But if you're just going from individual node to individual node, you're wasting your time. That's the rabbit hole I'm talking about when I'm like, up, here comes the rabbit hole. That's me going from individual node to individual node without a great node in between them. If there was a rich iron node or something that I was aiming for, then maybe. Silver one is there. We also decided that these ghosts are not worth fighting. Because the drop rate is terrible. But they're just gonna sit there and put you in combat. Might as well hit them. Silver nodes are never worth hitting. That ghost's gonna follow me up. I don't even know if we got anything good from those ghosts. And that's why you gotta stop hitting them. Next. Ice Gate Waypoint. It is worth hitting the onions and extra nodes if you can get them here. But not traveling too far. And it is better to go over the cave too. So you don't attract all the spiders. Just these. Onions. Go grab this, see if you can get some peppercorn or two. Go grab the onions. The name not appearing? Yeah, okay, whatever. And then this is what you don't want to do. None of this is worth it, but I wanted to check something. I think there can be a rich iron node over here, but I don't remember. But you don't want to go too far north. When you finish the iron node, see what nodes are next to you, then hit those and get out. Move to the next one. And I adjusted this here myself. I'm gonna go up. Okay, well, we gotta hit this. We go up. And then I'm gonna kill this one right here. This is the one that's been keeping me in combat. Drop down. Do a little bit of that. You're gonna see me get out of combat immediately. That one's just a little too close for me to use Chill to the Bone, and it's not doing enough damage, whatever reason. So, we leave. Snowhawk Landing. It is only good to grab onions, maybe the carrots, if it's on the way. Going out of my way to grab them is wasting time. So those 3 nodes right there, it's all a lie. But I'm going to do it anyways. And the reason that is because this stuff can put you in combat. Slows you down. But right now, we are prophets. We are profiteers. We have set up the barricade and we are making money hand over. Look at all those onions. 6 carrots? My God, markets. I don't even know why I'm going after freshwater pearls. We'll just go to this map. Oh my freaking Lord, why? Ain't it? This is dumb. I got an ornate rusted key from the bear. But killing the bear summoned the blood-crazed Arctidus. No! It really aggroes? Finish the node. Finish the node, Zorric. Finish the node! No, man, you don't want to fight that! Not in the cave! Get out of here. Look. That happens to me far too much. When I'm running around the map, I kill something, and one of those legendary beasts comes out and absolutely wants to decimate. Hey, look at this. 2 heads of garlic and a peppercorn seed. What is happening with these harvest nodes? Dude, why aren't you attacking me? I'll put you in combat. Black lion chest? Look at those that we got. 2, an ornate rusted key. I saw that earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and open up those piles of coarse sand, or piles of milky, whatever. You know what I mean. Okay, platinum. $2 silver, 69 copper. Berries. Oh man, I need to remember. I should write that down. I gotta remember that this event, I need to know if it's even profitable. Something I need to time. And what's nice is I got plenty of data. Reminder, if you could hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. And if you're new here, subscribe. You're doing a lot of this farming. I'm making 14 legendary. Are we good? Are we done dropping frames and doing the whole disconnect? I don't know when that happened. Sorry about that. Oh. We solid? My back? It was a fast disconnect. Music is brought to you by Pretzel Rocks, by the way. Lo-fi channel. Reminder that if any of that gets copyrighted in any way, I just delete it from the video. Where did this guy come from? Remember, all the crafting materials I get now, I can sell. Let's skip this song. Because it's a... I cannot show off this rich platinum node over here. It just does not spawn anymore. Not lying to you. There's one there. It's just... And I check for it because I want to show that it's there, but it just hasn't been there. Anyways, what I was saying earlier is that I missed your message, Ada, about not going back to Canis Mons after getting the Druid back piece. But when Prophet, like, I don't like going back to any HOT content, but when there's Prophet, I'm there. Where's all the enemies? Like dragon into dragons. That bird got too close to me. I sucked its life out. Be him waypoints. Dang. Double dang. Iron ores here. Top side. When you have your bonus from Dragon's End as well, taking a little bit of fall damage is just smart thinking. It'll give you quickness. Okay, earn some money there. Rich gold vein is here. We will hit that because it's profitable. Because of what possibly can come out of it. See if we get it. Watchworth sprockets will give it some value. Oh, we got a topaz lump. Come on. If we can get sunstone anything. Big fish is here. That slow thing again where I wasn't actually swimming all the way. Have all of that. Rich node. Go ahead and take this out. Get my life force back.
Time to do some real damage.
The character seems close suddenly. Grab this rich node. Radiant dust and a silver 65 for the road. Doing on sprockets. 125. Not the best. Just checking for the rich node down here. It's not. Thunderhead Peaks. Silver 58. One of the most divisive route choices I've made in my own head against myself is coming here. I just feel like it's not worth it, but then get the rich orichalcum, get the iron done, you get a powerful blood, you open up a trophy case or two. You know, it's just so hit and miss that I don't like it because it's really a gamble in itself. Dragon crystal nodes, you know. God, I hate this. Then you get something like a serpentite jewel and you freaking just, it's so dumb, man. Why? How much are these? 21, just why? That's why you hit those nodes, by the way. Get the serpentite jewels. I miss stuff over here. I got salty. I was talking about adding it to the route and I did it and it just... And then that happened. Like, what is that? Look, I got one of each of the unidentified gear. Am I gonna get powerful blood here? No. But you get volatile magic, you get karma. Kill enough bats, you can get a veteran bat. Jesus. Yeah, cool. You can evade by flying a foot up. Then they can't reach you. Ah, we didn't get the powerful blood. Got some extra karma, and then we have to go hit this. Part of the route, technically.
All mine.
Ah, I got a second one. I so want to cut it out, but then that happens. Just like that one time when I hit the pack thing and I got 10 of the whatever. It just, I don't know. You picked stream elements? The rich platinum here? Oh my god, what is happening? can't buy it because you don't have an expansion? The common clothing tonic? Hold on, what is happening? Paladin, did you tip me? Is that what happened? I knew I should have got those alerts up. Also, Garrett tipping me. I appreciate that support. I appreciate it. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Well, you should have asked for that sooner. Did you give me some elite money? Paladin, I appreciate that. Garrett, I also appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Jesus Christ. The uncommon clothing tonic you cannot buy without an expansion? I don't know what you mean. Common clothes. This one? I have 10 of them in the bank. I'll give you one. One day it'll be worth 6 billion. Hold on, how do I know you don't already have it and you're just trying to stock up on them just in case one day they go up to 150 gold? Got done mapping Fireheart Rise. Didn't know the endless comment on it. Yeah, you take your old, like if you had, because we used to have town clothing. So when you went into town, you could switch to RP through your town clothing. And that went away because you used to make decisions between dignity, charm, and something else with the fist. Ferocity, I think is what it was. And that would change like the title that you had. Like from being like a noble or something like that, like it would change based off what you picked there. But anyhow, like all that system went away, and now it is. Yalka, welcome. And then the clothes, if you had any of the clothes from whatever, those were turned into tonics, or you could trade them in for tonics. And of course, I had 11 characters, so I had to trade in 11 tonics. Okay. Don't know where the vet is. Hopefully we can do this fast enough. What is with all that platinum over there? I see you. Got the node done? Holy crap! Like a rich node in itself. But again, like I said, this is actually a waste of time and money. They're pretty close together. Especially if you're getting combat. Some of the heart missions are still based on that system? Yes. And I abused one of them in Snowden to finish one of the hearts because that heart is broken. Okay. I don't think that was worth it because of the amount of travel time I'm gonna have to do here, but who cares? I'm running out of time. Alright, the actual permanode. Back this way. Blackberries. That was probably gonna appear here. But I don't know why you want to be able to buy that unless you have a free-to-play account. Free-to-play accounts can't buy anything off the trading post, for the most part. They're really restricted. But I'm actually surprised you still can't earn it in some way. Probably because there was so many in the game. This is the third rich node here. In fact, since there's 3 rich nodes and I hit all of those, I'm not going to check the one to the north. That would be a waste of time. The chances of there being a 4th rich node on this map is like freaking 0.9 something or something like that, or something ridiculous. I know it's still a greater chance than getting a precursor. Die. Worth it. My food ran out. Okay. Can't even do the full route of this today because of the sheer amount of time it takes. But this farm has been doing well, about 25 gold per hour. The average right now is like 22. Because of wasting time and the fact that I didn't have the full route that way. But it's been like 25, 20, 26 gold per hour. Sometimes 24. But I'm only playing like 3 hours. That's good money. Wow, really? Get anything from that drop. Where am I going? Platinum iron. Iron that I want. Give me a sunstone. The lake monster's here. The rich node isn't. Time to die. Wait! Oh, it's iron. Huh? confused myself. Like, that's not iron, that's gold. Alright, the final stretch here, which on its own can be quite profitable. Our goal is to hit the iron nodes and kill all of the spiders in front of us here. Let those eggs come out so we can get some hatchlings. Nope. Immune as I hit the ambient creature. Game sometimes. No, not the dwarven key. Lots of venom sacks. 8 of them. Nine of them. And that's actually going to end the round. We're gonna have to wait a few minutes to make sure I have everything. Yeah, let's go back to Arborstone here. That's actually not the end of the route. Because I'll show you. I'll show you why it's not the end of the route, but I really don't have time to continue to farm here. Because what we would do is actually go back to Bloodstone Fen. So we did the rich nodes, we hit the season 3, the season 4 Sandswept Isles, then we went back to Bloodstone Fen to see if we can get a new IP. Not possible, so we went to Verdant Brink. Still cheaper to do it that way, trust me. And then from Verdant Brink, we went to Dry Top and continued along our path there. Then what you would do after finishing all those rich nodes, grabbing all that, is now you would come back to Bloodstone Fen and you reset all of the season 3 stuff except the seaweed. So now we would come back and we would hit all the jungle plant nodes, looking for those Maguma lilies. Let me drop down really quick because there was a ton of them together here. But you'd come back to hit all of these. Again, no idea why we're not getting the extra strikes. When it's just one several times in a row like it's doing right now, the RNG is broken. And I talk about this all the time. People pretend it's not a real thing, but it's happening right in front of you right now. The chances of hitting this many nodes and only getting one freaking drop means something is broken. Because it doesn't happen any other time in this game. I just don't get it. I should be getting at least 2 every once in a while, 3 some of the time, and it's insane. There, Maguma Lily. So anyways, this is what you do. You come back, you refarm all this stuff, then I would go back to Verdant Brink. The problem, though, is that Verdant Brink may also not reset that IP, right? So the IP itself may still end up being the same map you did earlier, and you weren't gone long enough. Okay. I had to sneeze and... rough. But anyhow... Do they see me? But yeah, if you go there and Verdant Brink hasn't reset, do not panic. Just move on to the other Season 3 maps and come back around for Verdant Brink when you're done with those. Because you should have wasted enough time to get that to reset. Another Freshwater Pearl. But anyhow, that's not even all the nodes. We're missing the ones up top. I just wanted to show that really quick. Now get the one over here. Why we're here? So anyhow, 5 Freshwater Pearls, 4 Maguma Lilies. We got one of each right at the end there. But that's why you go back through. Because I find if you go, the time you hit the second route and then come the second time around, you tend to get the ones you didn't get before and that kind of stuff. It does even out. So that's why I changed the route, started hitting more of those jungle plants than we were. The gold made today. It's going to update in a second. Let's see if it grabbed those new Freshwater Pearls.
Let's patch you up.
It did not. So we made 25 gold, 39 silver, and 58 copper. 14 gold per hour is where it's sitting right now. I'll let it go ahead for 3 more minutes here and we'll get a final tally. But this is what I was able to farm today. Notable things: the mint seeds, Freshwater Pearls, Maguma Lilies, the exquisite serpentite jewels drop from the nodes in Thunderhead Peaks. We got some of those. Peppercorn seeds, got some of those. The venom sacks, any of the crafting material when I was killing things, that's also good. The pieces of Mother of Pearl are worth some money. 178 of the Watchworks rockets, 119 cassava roots, 129 piles of flaxseed. We also ended up with 47 orichalcum ore. I see some orbs in there. What am I missing? The 204 iron ore and the platinum that we would eventually get, 174 of that. That is all sellable. I sell it, but we're not even done because I forgot I need to open all this crap. Holy hell. There is just loot galore down here. Tagging events, that was an exotic. There's another exotic. I've been getting a ton of exotics and rares lately. I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, it's okay. I'll take them, but then I also need to sell my trophy. So yeah, we made 30 gold. I mean, pretty easily here. Break all that down.
Mine. All mine.
Break the rares down. 2 of those. Got an ecto. Fair. All money. All money. These excess materials from the maps I will eventually consume. That's why hitting those is okay. And also, you get Imperial fragments and stuff. I can convert those through the Gleam of Sentience. That's why we're going after Bloodstone Dust. I see some tier 6 mats here too. Vicious Claws. That we got there. We got some Fangs. I saw 3 of the powerful Venom Sacks. Only 16 Seaweed. Come on. I don't know why that was so low today. Because we were striking ones. 8 heads of garlic. 6 of those came from 21 onions. We just made money. That's all sellable. Got some dust. 17 flax fiber as well. Those are worth the money. Hitting those nodes. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. You just go, get those crafting materials, these sharp claws, all that can be sold now. I don't need to hold on to it. 2 exotics. Got a couple of those. Okay. $27.5 gold, almost 15 gold per hour. We did not luck out on the Freshwater Pearl and Maguma Lilies as much as I wanted for, especially the Maguma Lilies. 5 pearls is nice. I like that. 4 or 5 pearls is what I usually get, but 6, 7, or even 8 Maguma Lilies would have been much better. I don't know why they were being so stingy today, but Yeah, so that's where we got hurt. Definitely could have made over 30 gold just in like 2 hours here. So that's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going a little slow here because I'm streaming and getting distracted. That great sword is worth some money. Some money. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the tracker for now. I'm gonna let it flow. I'm gonna end the show. What are we gonna put this at? Let's put it at that. I don't trust these prices. People have been buying stuff up and things like that. The rest of this I'm gonna sell later. Stardust, I think I will send that to my alt account. The Elderwood is just excess. Oh yeah, we got these Serpentite jewels. You can put those about 24. That looks good. Go ahead and toss those up. And this is all extra. This is waypoint cost and that kind of stuff. Extra. Okay. We'll put those in the bank.
I'm not sure about this.
Boom. Sell those. I don't know what I'm doing with the Elderwood. I need to figure out what to do with the Elderwood. But I will be doing Tequaddle at reset and then Dragonstorm, and that's been plenty of money. Okay. We went over the new randomized stuff today. We went over all the new content release stuff and things like that from ArenaNet today. World versus World. We went into the gym store. Do not forget to buy or to grab that free Total Makeover kit, I think is what it was. Self-style hair kit, something like that. It's free. Grab it. I got to show off the route a little bit. It's much longer than it was, but it's bringing in more money. With daily reset, we're making anywhere from 60 to 70 gold right now. With that route and the dailies that I'm doing. And about 48 of that is liquid gold. And then the rest of it's either hitting the legendaries directly or they're going to be hitting the legendaries indirectly. Like there's karma and volatile magic and stuff like that. That's also in there. That's converts to stuff. So there's a lot of conversion that makes up for that price and things like that. We did not get to the crafting either today, so we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to make all the amalgamated draconic lodestones. The cubes, I guess I have to make those. I think that's what I have to make. We'll double check and check prices tomorrow. Today we got a sort of a late start, but yeah. I hope everybody had fun. A shorter show today, 3.5 hours, because I was late. Thank you for being here. If you can hit the like button, I would appreciate it. This beard is just insane. It's got to go. Got to be trimmed up. I'm not going to get rid of the beard, but a great show. It was a lot of fun. Remember the beginning of the show today, I went over all that stuff. If you want to go check it out if you missed that. If you're new here, subscribe. We are making 14 legendary weapons this year to test my skill. They will go directly to me. Do not pass go. There is a Discord giveaway. 5 people, 800 gems. If you have a Steam account, you cannot win those gem codes because they will not work for you. But if you have the desktop client, you are more than welcome to join that giveaway. Again, I need to put up an announcement there. You too, Galka. You too. Any mods lurking in chat? I appreciate you. XR40, Garrett, Ada, Galka, Paladin. Thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. All your stuff. Did I say XR40? I think I did. Paladin. Binary was here today. Chaz was here. I had to scroll up. Not a lot of chat today, but sometimes that's all right. That's all right. Let me go ahead and hit these hearts. I should open that stuff as I'm going as well, so we have a better idea how much I'm making. per hour and stuff. Again, I'm also like showing off some things, talking about stuff. It slows me down. When I'm doing it at night or when I'm not, it's just go. It's just go. I put on some music and I'm just hitting the notes and stuff. And it goes by really fast. There's some love in chat for all of you. Get out of here. So as always, I leave you with this. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. For all we got. Have a great night, day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is. Make it great. If you're going to bed, sleep well, get that rest. You will need it. Trust me. If I don't see you for the rest of this week, we'll be in Guild Wars 2 for the rest of the week. Farming stuff, talking about stuff, that kind of thing. Next week, before we get to the new content in Guild Wars 2 the following week, we'll be moving to a different game. Not really a new one, just a different one. And we may also do some randomizer stuff. Maybe, we'll see. But next week we'll be moving into a different game. Again, trying to keep myself from burning out. We only need to farm 180 days this year to get those 14 legendaries done. I also have to get the account bound stuff done too at some point. So, that sort of adds into it, but we'll see what happens with all that. Some of it's synergetic, so it's actually double, triple faster by doing the account bound stuff and getting it out of the way. That's why I went ahead and bought the lodestones and the stabilizing matrices, because their price was going up. And I don't want that to happen. So, but yeah, that's what we're doing. This week, Guild Wars 2, next week, different game. I'll talk about that Monday, about what we're playing and why. That will actually stretch into March, and we may be touching the Wind Waker randomizer to learn glitches. And then eventually a link to the past to learn glitches. So, there you go. Other than that, the year of physical health. Get up, move. I am trying to lose weight myself. I got another 30 pounds to go. Plenty of year left, so take your time. If you're sore, rest up. If you're not sore, exercise. Them's the rules. Other than that, I'm done. I'm going to go find some food while I have like 10 minutes. And then get back in the game and start farming again. In the future, we may be doing 2-a-days. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. That means we'll be doing something from about 12 Central, 1 p.m. like normal start, and we end about this time. I will take a break, and then I will come back for daily reset for Guild Wars 2. And do that stuff on most nights and evenings. So we'll have Guild Wars 2 and other content. I have no idea what that will do to YouTube's algorithm and all that kind of stuff. But we'll see what that is. And I'll just share that now. We'll talk about that as time goes on. That's because I have energy and my brain hasn't been too bad. If my health takes a turn, then I will stop doing that. But I think it's time to return back to what the schedule once was and what I wanted it to be since 2019. So we're going to do it right here on YouTube. So it's all saved. If you miss something, you can watch it. If you need me in the morning and you miss the evening stuff, you can watch the evening stuff in the morning. And then watch me in the afternoon like usual. That kind of thing. So throwing that out there. On that, I'm done. Bye. See ya. Go eat. Go move. Go do whatever you're doing. I don't know what I'm saying. Bye.